Yeah,
I
it
will.
would be nice. It'd be interesting stuff.
I have to be careful how I criticize them, because if I criticize them like too directly or too specifically, it's technically a breach of their code of conduct. So I can't be like, this one guy is a total asshole. I hate him. I can't do that.
We're
I just want to.
out there.
Oh, you're talking about individuals.
Yeah, like I can't talk
But
about
you
this.
say I don't like the way they do things.
But I can say it's really frustrating waiting for national approval on something.
Right.
It's like, because if there's anybody in the organization who doesn't think that, they're lying.
Right.
It's always possible
It's
to get
dealing
rid of
with
players.
bureaucracy. What?
It's just a question of how.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, if you guys want to get me up on the podcast,
Okay.
you know.
Yep.
I don't have a lot of conventions for a while, so I even have open Fridays.
I just let them know. We'll be starting in a moment. Sure. Take a breath. Do you want the little wine, Kurt?
No.
Okay. Of course.
I had more than enough alcohol last night.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not hungover. It wasn't this morning. Just I had enough.
Oh, is it gonna be that kind of game?
It's more I don't want company logo.
That's right.
However, if there's a Coke in there that I can have, that would be awesome.
There are Cokes and Diet Cokes in there.
Good Koi is the Salt Queen, right? Oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just hadn't read this, so I wanted to make sure I read it.
You get to see the fancy
Oh, no.
stationery.
Oh, we're already streaming. I'm sure your mic's fine. As long as, is there an on-off here? That's
No.
always had one, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's just the board.
The cough.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cough.
The cough.
Right, because the storyteller can reach the board.
It's fine though. It's muted
Yeah.
anyway.
I think you'll be fine.
5 is not muted.
Ooh, I got cork floating.
No.
Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Happy Jack's Hallowed Plains.
Hang on.
Good evening. Welcome again to Happy Jack's Hallowed Plains in Vampire: The Dark Ages. I'm Kurt. I am your storyteller, and we have players starting with on my left.
I am Gina, and I play Ilona Justina Dragomir, who's a Samisi.
This is Jib, and I play Sir Maximilian Bulk, a Ventru, and also the keeper of Her Highness's Elysium.
This is Stu, and I'm playing Gregaire, the gregarious gangrel.
Ginger gangrel.
He's a
Gigantic.
feckin' riot.
Hello,
Ooh.
I'm Mary. I am accidentally sleep deprived again.
Oops.
Sorry.
I LARPed last night again.
You LARP every night
yeah.
before we play.
Or go to Disneyland.
No, the Disneyland was the same day.
Okay.
That one was brutal. I'm not that bad. I play Runa. She's the clan of.
I have my guesses. A mech. You guys, I don't know why I didn't think of this
definitely
before.
not a caitiff.
I wish we could retcon and go back to character creation so we could all be Scottish. So we could play Train Spotting 3. Dark Ages.
Oh my god.
Because we are addicted to the blood.
So
Yeah.
campaign idea for next chapter.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
We all go to Scotland and acquire the accent somehow. It's a curse from the Tremere.
Would it be weird if I really wanted to be Spud? Because he's the coolest.
And if I'm a little spacey today, I apologize in advance. The Boggards and Tricks and the Wives had an awesome show last night, and it kind of, I didn't get home till 4, so it's kind of how good it was, the show.
You were home before me.
Yeah, I got home at about 4.
Then I guess I got home at 4:05.
I think I beat you home by about 5 minutes. Anyway, so yes, who would like to explain where we left off last time?
I don't think it's possible to explain.
There's too much.
Yeah, it should
We will sum
probably
up.
not.
There you go.
It should probably not be me, since I was on a slightly different.
It should totally be you then.
Oh, okay. I don't know what they did.
Nothing of any great significance happened, as I recall.
Except all the things ever.
There was some stuff.
We made a new
Friday,
friend.
January
Okay.
10th, 12:42.
You guys made a friend.
We made a friend.
Runa was either approached or had a meetup with a friend, right?
Susanna or Susanna?
Zuzana.
Yeah.
Who
I don't
was
know. I have Russian accent today.
visiting Nosferatu, right?
Yes.
I
And
think we might be on Saturday the 11th by this point.
and
but-
then you found out shit and went to talk together at the wooden ferret.
That is where we were at, and I don't think we switched nights.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to elaborate on that part?
We had a lovely conversation with a very awkward Nos, which that's not redundant. Some Nos are not awkward.
That's
It's just
true.
Okay.
not all hashtag not all Nos. And right, it turns out that the Prince and the Salt Queen used to have a political understanding that they stopped speaking the same language and didn't understand so good anymore. So there was drama. And then there was drama, and then we got a letter that was sent by the missing seneschal, and we kind of just
Not
established.
2 dots. You can have 1 at a time.
Even if I had 13?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, help with players. We should have. Help.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that after we got through
Okay.
wrap up. or
And
recap.
mostly it was awkward, but she gave us some information and let us know about the Salt Queen situation. There's a very cool letter from that pictures might appear on the internet at some point, and
I'll try posting them to the forums.
then we heard a hunting horn, so we went to go and check that out. And then I don't know if that somehow overlaps with what shenanigans you had that you need to share, or if I should just go forward.
I will mention that because Gina was not in our last session. Something that I brought in from my own home games that I like to do when people can't make an individual session is that I ran a lone wolf session for Gina, which was not recorded, it was not streamed, I will be lucky if it's remembered.
I overheard
honestly.
half of it. Kurt's loud.
But so there's a certain amount of things that Ilona did that may or may not come out. We'll see how that works out. But they were events that were in parallel with what happened last session.
So we heard a hunting horn. We went to go look. We saw a few dozen people on horses arriving from the eastern side of the city. and there was a bit of like, oh, let's go check with the prince. The prince is alarmed. I have uh-oh with a question mark. The Nos had some more conversation because, Susanna knew somebody who was like more local to the city, so they like met up. Or maybe it was an unexpected guest. Something like that. Person who was arriving was the prince's child, Auguste. Did I put enough O's in it? He arrived under his own banner, but then he called up another standard bearer that was somebody that we're all just kind of like, named Vladimir Rustovich. I don't know. I have an accent. It is unique. There are no others like it. Hashtag all Nos are valid, which probably has something to do with Susanna getting acknowledged by the prince. But who knows? The Salt Queen's going crazy. And there was a whole lot of conversation about who the next Salt Queen would be. Not that we care, because it's technically in another city with the Nos underground. But awkwardness.
Hold on. I want to clarify a point here. The person who was with Sir August is not Rustovich himself. It's his.
Correct.
It's his emissary.
Well, it was made clear enough that I will clarify this point. Auguste arrived under his own banner, but he is the emissary of.
So he's just carrying the banner of Rustovich.
Yes.
We don't have an extra person who.
Nope.
Yeah. Who we have to kill.
I mean, that's
Optional.
you're also
We have
fairly
that option.
sure. You're also fairly sure that at least of the ones that approached the city, who actually came into the city, Auguste was the only Cainite.
Yeah.
Because the other ones had like warm breath, and on a cold January night. So.
Right.
Whoa.
Sorry about that.
Oh, right. That was where we worked out the Salt Queen maybe knew what was going on with the missing seneschal, whose name was Faustus, which is never a good sign. Don't put the infernal in your mouth.
Evil.
He was
No
a
kink
Ventru. Don't put the evil in your mouth.
No kink shaming.
Don't lick the demons.
No kink shaming. All are accepted here. All Nos are.
Nos are not inherently infernal. They're just ugly.
That's what I'm saying. It's all acceptance here. Doesn't matter. It's all good.
Don't lick the infernal.
I will
Anyway.
infertile.
Right. Oh, okay. Jibtrue was checking if there was somebody who was edible. Gregor can't count because that was the best perception botch ever.
Yes.
Right. So at the game,
There's about 10,000 men
right.
on the line.
Susanna went and had some shenanigans and wandered around and basically went and checked out and talked to some rats and everything else, and basically found out that the prince has my dear friend, very, very bloodbound and probably flesh crafted, possibly into a wall. So that's probably where the seneschal is. And Gregor came running up in a panic because he was absolutely convinced that there were actually like 1,000 dudes on horses out there ready to invade the city.
At least. I may have. That's what I could see.
Wait,
But there may have
what?
been more. I made a perception roll.
Yeah.
Because there's people out there and I was trying to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It was a very impressive perception roll.
And I rolled.
3 ones?
I may have been more. I'm trying to remember.
The salient
perception's-
point here is that
On 5 dice, I think I rolled 3 ones on 5 dice.
Ooh.
the salient point here, though, is that Gregor came back in saying that the encampment has
Sky is falling.
significantly grown, and none of you necessarily have eyes on the situation to refute that.
Right, but we sent
Yes, you wanted
We
to
s-
send some scouts
we
to,
sent-
or and a bird,
we sent crows.
or owls or something.
Owls.
yeah.
I probably went with owls just because nighttime owls.
Okay,
Yeah.
owls fine.
Owls.
Or owl, because owls are not flocking.
Right, you got one owl. That's
Yeah.
right.
You sent to where? Who?
To go look to see the size of the encampment
Got it.
and let me know. Because we kind of all went, that doesn't sound right, but it could be true. Because fuck that guy.
Well, among
But-
other things,
yeah.
if it were true, his wait a minute, I wrote down his name. Sir Asshole to Dickbag.
Right.
Wait, who is this?
August.
Yes.
August. Yeah.
Who's
Sir,
this gloop?
Sir Asshole to Dickbag. Is now a prisoner instead of a guest if there are in fact 10,000 troops out there. And there would be other effects that would come up as a result of that.
Yes.
And there would be things
And stuff.
and
Right.
whatnot. You just have to watch out for the whatnot.
Yes. Well, you put it up on the shelf, right?
Everybody help players.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone had help players.
Everyone had help. Yeah, there were some at the end, flurries, I think.
We just got 2 into role playing and we didn't follow the chat well enough.
Right, exactly. So, however many it had, I think everybody had at least one. If you had more than one,
I have
Let me know.
3 because I haven't been using them.
okay.
Yeah, I would only have that one. 'cause
I had one.
You had one? All right.
All right.
I may have actually used that to help a player on that perception roll.
No, because we got it after we shut down. That's
No,
why
no,
I had
no,
to
I'm
write.
talking about the one I had before.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you did.
Actually, I'm
It
gonna,
didn't
I'm
betray
gonna
you, though.
give
No.
those to you. All
She
right.
doesn't say the.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
She
what I was
doesn't.
saying.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right.
Did you
Okay.
get yours?
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
got mine. That's taken care of.
Did you get
Thank
your
you.
bloods?
No,
Yes.
I need blood.
How many blood?
13, actually. I am assuming I had expended one when I woke up.
Yes, you did.
Then I need 13.
All right.
Okay. And he keeps counting the blood. 1 blood.
I promise if I'm yawning, it's because I'm exhausted, not because I'm bored.
Unless, of course, it actually is. Hopefully, that's the case.
Yeah.
Don't worry, honey. You're even more fascinating when I'm this exhausted.
Oh. Okay.
Left-handed compliment.
It's a
That's so
compliment on this
sweet.
side of the hand.
yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
He's so shiny.
Okay,
So just saying by everyone has help a player, they mean everyone who was here last time.
that is true. Yeah,
Not anyone who did a solo session.
that is true.
Just
That is absolutely
I
true.
might need
Okay, so
Okay.
because Gina brought it up, I'm going to ask
Yeah.
now. Did any of you want to spend any of your XP? I will say this: you can buy 1 dot at a time in any particular trait. You can
I
buy.
did not see where it said that. So
That's
if you could
GM
help us-
saying it.
Oh, so it's GM fiat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the GM doesn't want you to buy
You
5
can't
dots.
ju-
to
you
pull
can't
and go.
jump.
I
You
can't
can't-
save, so don't save your points, kids.
I didn't say that.
No, don't, because I couldn't buy multiples in the one thing then.
I won't let you buy more than 1 dot at a time in any
Yeah.
particular trait, because the theory goes that there's a certain amount of time that you have
Right.
to spend also learning.
Right,
So-
but hence, don't save your
Yeah.
your points if
Yeah.
you're trying to build up one thing.
Because I could have
Yeah.
spent one before the solo session, and I would have spent one now, then it would have been okay.
Oh, that's a fair point.
See, there is
Yeah,
There
no, I
is
hadn't thought of that.
logic.
Because I
what-
understand
and
what you're saying.
I'm just so used
And
to
it's
that
an
being
in
a house
plan,
rule, I
so
didn't
it
even.
wasn't out of plan or anything.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. If you had bought it before okay, yeah, no,
Okay, but I understand what you're saying.
yeah. I mean, in terms of saving your point, I mean, sometimes you do want to save them because some things are very
Yeah.
expensive. Some
Oh, hell yeah.
individual dots
Yeah,
are
yeah.
very
Right.
expensive.
and right, but
You know, that 6th dot in a discipline is going to be really expensive. So,
Sadly, we're not even playing long enough to have one more dot for most of us.
So if you're bumping up a discipline, what is the formula?
however many dots you currently have,
Times 5.
times 5 if it's an in-clan discipline.
So that is exactly how many points I need.
Well, there you go. Then.
So I can take dirt naps.
Yeah, you can get yourself
Isn't that
a
a great
Protean 3.
power?
Yeah.
I love that
I'm
power.
going to take dirt naps.
So that would be 10 XP to buy the 3rd dot in Protean. Yes.
I love that power.
A dirt nap.
Okay.
It really cuts down on rent.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to pick up
clothes
actually.
always smell like worms.
The worms call in, the worms call out.
The worms play pinnacle on your snout. We're actually going to pick up with Ilona.
Okay.
Now it is the same evening as when we left off. You guys did send the owl. and you were at the Wooden Ferret, if I remember correctly. That's where you guys had left off, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I'd like gone out to the roof to summon birds because it's awkward to do that indoors.
Right. So you had. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Really dry throat tonight.
You do?
Yeah.
It's like you were surrounded by dust all day.
You need some wine?
No, water or
I hear ya.
no. Again, I drank enough last night. So you had been having a conversation with Władysław, if I remember correctly. Or
You mean
one of them?
just
Yes.
recap like what I
No,
did?
no. I'm saying where we picking up off of.
Oh, yeah.
Where you and I left off in your lone wolf
Yep.
session.
Yep. I was, yes.
And you had seen during that conversation, you had seen them. Were you guys at the Wooden Ferret, or you were in some room in the castle complex?
We were chatting in the castle, and then we went down to the Wooden Ferret because we didn't
Yeah.
want to know.
Right,
She
and
just
that's-
came and told us what she suddenly realized.
and that's right, and that's why there was a giant pile of rats on the rubbish
Who
pile
suddenly
outside
realized
the,
what?
Denos.
the
Susanna.
Oh, about the rat thing?
We definitely had no knowledge of her breaking into the palace of the person we owed fealty to.
Not
Yeah.
an inkling.
And
no
using-
idea that happened.
And using disciplines, one would assume,
well,
to talk to rats.
you know, it's only a breach of the masquerade if you get caught.
Well, not the masquerade. That would be
the-
Elysium.
Same.
Okay. What? Well,
They're
yeah.
not the same thing, but the
No,
rules.
I know.
Of the,
But however, yeah.
You've only broken the rules if you get caught doing it.
Yeah.
That's actually the first rule of vampire.
No, of course.
That's the first rule of rules.
Believe me, I understand this.
I don't think
Quite
physics
well.
agrees with you. Like, the rules of physics are slightly different.
So, I mean, just briefly, Ilona woke up in her little castle manor, and
lab shack.
it's not the lab shack. It is a manor. I've got dots in that
Yes,
shit.
yes.
So it's a very nice abode. And had her peeps were doing some stuff, and then she sent them out to do some more stuff.
Right.
And then she went into town, made her third visit to the lovely Bishop Cesare, so that third time's the
The
ultimate
charm. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's absolutely smitten.
Yeah, and
His
she heard
new
the
Lady and
horns.
Savior.
So I did see all that stuff happen, and who it was, and saw the prints and that sort of thing, and then went to your point, Kurt met up with, not at the Wooden Ferret, although I had sent someone there to say if anyone goes looking for me, tell them we'll meet up at the Wooden Ferret at Lod's?
Yeah.
Lod?
Something. Yeah.
At 3.
Yeah.
And met up with Władysław to get some info. He gave me good info, so he got a blood treat, a little blood snack.
All right, that's your ghoul.
Yes.
I've been trying to figure out who that is. There's like
Yeah.
so many names.
No,
He was
that's
my first ghoul.
yeah.
My first,
Number one goal.
yeah.
Does that make him your favorite or just most likely to die?
No, I think he is my favorite, but also most likely to be experimented on and die because he's loyal.
So yeah, you were having your little tete-a-tete with Władysław
Yep.
on the castle wall, actually, and you would have seen because you kind of have a bird's eye view, and you would know that the best place to run into to track down your fellow Canaanites, and at least with this group, would be back at the Wooden Ferret. So is that where you want to head?
Because Władysław was near getting me what I wanted, the information I wanted, correct?
Yes. He has some leads to follow, yes.
Okay. And so I would instruct him that he should, I have given him an extension on his homework, grudgingly.
It's only been a couple hours, so yeah.
I don't care. I sent my number one man because I thought he was capable. And He is, I can't even remember what he did that I was like, good puppy, and said, here, have some blood.
It was more about the what he saw of the prince's child arrival.
That's right. That's right. That he saw things that I had not. That's right. So he needs to have a sense of urgency about completing the project.
He definitely does.
Okay, excellent. Then, absolutely, I would head back to the wooden ferret.
Okay. In serendipitous timing.
What?
No. Your owl messenger returns, having sort of done a couple of flyovers, and as you're watching the owl descend out of the sky, sort of like you see it coming down, and your eyes, and there's someone walking up the road towards you, and she looks very familiar. She's not asleep anymore.
Oh. I was like, who is this person? It is me.
Looks surprisingly Ilona-ish.
Yes,
well, and he said I was
yes.
very refreshed, so I'm extra super awesome. So I seem fine.
So, the owl is...
Yes. And it, hoot, hoot, hoot. There's,
Oh, is that how many licks it takes?
One.
It explains that it saw only about, what did I say before? About a score or 2 dozen. It's hard to count people because there are tents, but in terms of horses, which are not in tents, they were, that was maybe about a score or 2 dozen horses. So, and not an egregious number of tents, like 12 not 24 horses and 4,000 tents or anything.
The bird is like, well, they're kind of annoying right there. This is, the wingspan, number of wingspans of area I can't hunt right now, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, role-playing birds is...
Then
For
you have
the
to have a bird
birds.
brain.
For the birds.
No comment.
But you sing pretty.
So she was outside waiting for her owl to return. Where were you? Were you waiting in the wooden ferret? You had seen a customer that you recognized.
Oh, yeah.
Refresh my memory.
I happened to be listening to the thing earlier today. You had mentioned that you saw, it was, Grigere made a comment about this is this respectable establishment, and you watched a naked girl walk up the stairs with a customer, and the customer happened to be one of Roshan Bayat's retinue.
Right.
So I wasn't sure whether your attentions were divided. You had said that you wanted to have Runa send an animal to scout, and then of course you saw this other thing. So I wasn't sure if your attentions were divided or if you were focused.
No, I'm more focused.
Okay. So I guess the question is, are you inside or outside?
Suppose I'm outside.
Outside. Okay, so you also see the owl return and listen to it hoot at Runa, and you would also see Ilona approaching.
Okay.
And Grigere, are you...
I'm confused about what order in which events transpired.
Okay.
Because when I did my triple botch and we went back,
Yeah.
did we then decide to do the deal with Kimmy's character?
No, she'd already done all
That
of
was already happened.
It was,
Yeah.
you
I
had
went out to I remember I went out to feed.
Right.
And happened to
You all were making yourself scarce so that you couldn't be
Right.
linked, and that's when you went out to feed, and that's when you looked out
and got my triple
got
botch.
yeah.
And then I came back and I informed him.
Right, you went back to the Wooden Ferret.
Because we agreed we were all going to meet up there.
Right.
Oh, that's where I informed him.
That's where you informed
For some
him.
reason, I thought I went back to the castle. Okay.
Yeah, things were a little confusing, and that's why I'm glad I listened to at least the last 15 minutes or so.
So I went back to the Wooden Ferret.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all kind of looked at Susanna and was like, well, we're sure you'll follow all the hospitality rules of the city. We'll meet you down in the Wooden Ferret after we handle some personal matters.
Right.
And we all just kind of scattered and pretended we didn't know that she was breaking into the prince's castle.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, she hadn't completely confirmed she was going to. There's a possibility she'd change her mind.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
She did then come back with some interesting information, though. Which, who knows, maybe she's making it all up.
Maybe she had a vision.
That happens.
Ah, perhaps.
Maybe she just remembered something.
So Ilona is approaching, and the three of you are outside, and I think I will say that Susanna and Babakova have left, because that's just going to make things a little easier on me.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that once I tell all of them, I'm going to go back to the wall.
Okay, so you're going to return to the East Gate.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then.
Unless
You
I've
almost
been,
had us all
because
in
no
one
one has
place.
yet informed me that.
Well, no, it's...
No, that's
You came
great.
in, you said this is happening, and we said, let's send a bird to check to get a better look.
Right.
So you know that's what we were doing.
Right. I would probably head back to the wall because I'm absolutely positive there's 1,000 men-at-arms out there.
Yeah.
I take it you have all seen the prince's guest, Auguste.
Yes.
This is interesting.
It is.
What do you
And
suspect that means, Runa?
Well, he visits here somewhat often. It's been some time since I've seen him, and separate from the politics, I enjoy speaking with him.
They are not close.
They are not, but he still visits.
Yeah, maybe.
In what capacity? In this capacity, he seems to be here for...
He has not been in the city for at
Yeah.
least 15 years.
Yeah.
So,
he just wants to make sure that he's listed as a beneficiary on life insurance.
right.
Just checking in when the. Yeah.
He should call more often then.
I don't particularly know the politics of the one that he is representing, but I imagine he was...
The voivode of all voivodes.
That's more your clan than mine.
Oh, that's right. He is Samisi as well.
Well, he's the child of a Shemisi, so that's usually
Yeah.
how that works. And Rustovich is also a Shemisi, yeah.
What? Yeah.
Um,
No, that's what I was asking.
Oh,
about.
yeah,
I mean, I know
Rustovich is,
Roskovina.
yes, Rustovich is Raskowina,
Yeah.
Auguste, Rustovich, all Shemisi.
Okay.
I
But that is not her sire.
Who is Raskowina's sire?
a dead guy.
Yeah, I asked you
He
that same
is,
question.
actually. You might
And
know
it was
the name.
not... Yeah, it
You
was...
might know the name, so let me...
No,
I
that's
have it
fine.
written down. I have to look it up. This is why I write it down,
If
so I don't
it's
have to
Sir not
remember.
appearing in this game, that's fine.
Yeah,
It
because
is
I
Sir
had
not appearing
asked
in
the
this
same
game.
thing in my lone wolf run.
Yeah.
And it was... Yeah.
Okay.
Jedrick, actually.
But I do not really know his politics.
No.
I only it's as far as I understand it, this is a reasonable messenger to send. If he has news that the city would take as bad, in theory, the prince wouldn't kill this
True.
messenger.
True.
On the other hand, the prince has more right to kill this messenger than any other might.
Other than the one I already responded to.
Oh.
So, it's a complicated political move, but I don't really know what it means. It's
No, nor,
Yes.
nor do I.
I know that he is quite the scholar of arcane arts. And that his personal interest would most likely be in keeping the Tremere out. Beyond that, I can't really say.
Indeed. You know beyond the Koldunic sorcery, or...
That is some of what he studies. We've had many.
Interesting.
We've had many conversations about it. I'm actually rather pleased to see him because that means we can continue our conversations if he has time.
Excellent. They appear to meet further in the castle. Should we avail ourselves of...
We might want to
this
first
opportunity, or
tell Gregor that there is not an army waiting outside the walls to attack us.
oh, indeed, there is like not an army.
Probably going by barracks and rousting guards and getting them.
We might want to go tell him that he missaw before he
Tracy,
gets...
we're outside the wooden ferret then, it sounds like. Like we were in the street.
Also, if there's not other pressing business tonight specifically, I should head home.
That was a question.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
We're out in the street by the wooden ferret.
I had said I would go up to the roof to summon the bird because I assumed there'd be a roof or a balcony or some sort of space where I could do that without being out on the street
Okay.
level.
I mean,
How many more hours until daylight? 'Cause
Well,
I know you said we weren't. It's like 3 more or
4 or 5.
Yeah, so we're only.
Well, I mean, it's January, so dawn is late, but so it's actually probably more like 7.
7 hours?
Yeah.
Oh. So it sounds like
Yeah, we
we
have
have
lots of times.
Okay, never mind.
It's maybe 2:00 in the morning.
Okay.
I thought it...
And
right.
so there's maybe I'm sorry, there's more like
I thought it was
5 or 6 hours.
Right, then I retract my statement about needing to get home. Never mind.
Okay.
I thought it was 3, and I would automatically assume dawn is around 6. So I was like, but no, we have time.
I also see that Rashid, is that his name? Is visiting with members of his retinue. You've seen them inside?
Yes. They are availing themselves of the services of
This
the ferret.
seems somewhat interesting, though.
It is somewhat out of character for...
Runa, you had wished we were to meet with Rashid again to discuss poetry.
Yes,
the sagas.
I did.
Perhaps.
There's not enough hours left in the night for the sort of poetry I know, but I could meet with him again if you have interest.
I do. I understand that he is not partaking of the wares that the wooden ferret has to offer. But he is indeed inside. Perhaps he needs entertainment that is more to his liking. Would you care to join us?
Are you aware of the conversations we have had tonight?
No, I have not.
Then perhaps we need to go inside and discuss that first.
Excellent. I do know that there has been some discussion of the Salt Queen.
And it might be worth making sure you know all of that.
I will rejoin you momentarily.
Okay.
I need to go stop Gregor before he wakes up the entire
Okay.
garrison.
Okay. Good idea.
We'll go to the room we normally use.
Excellent.
So I am, while they do, I'm going to go to the gate, find Gregor,
Okay.
and see what's going on.
Okay. We'll say that there is a barracks near the gate because that makes
And
sense.
he's rousting them?
He is, yeah, he's you know, yes, you said
Probably
you were.
haven't gotten shit in the bricks.
Good. That's actually good.
Okay.
I'm good with this because
Okay.
I want to tell the captain of this particular garrison,
Yes.
form the men up for inspection.
All right. All right. He was annoyed with Gregor, but of course he realizes that anyone who walks in with that kind of bravado, it's usually deserving. But then when you walk in, it's more of a, oh, crap. And these guards are not nearly as well trained, and you know this. They're not nearly as well trained as your own
Of course.
knights.
I wouldn't expect them to be.
I mean, they're footmen.
I wouldn't expect them to be, but still they can carry themselves with the pride of a soldier. They can do their jobs smartly and with precision.
Your job is to work yourself to death 6 days a week and practice archery on Sundays.
So, I want to see how quickly they mustered. And Gregor and I will do an inspection.
All right.
Do you think we should stand on ceremony? We got all those guys outside.
There's actually not anyone out there.
What do you mean?
We sent a spy to look. There's about 24 men.
No, that cannot be. I saw him with my own eyes. Can I climb up?
Sure. Climb up to the city wall. You turn the eyes on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that last time, didn't help.
Well,
Nothing helps a triple botch.
no, that's true. No, I mean, theoretically it should help, but when the dice are against you,
Right. That gives me a bonus, or is that reduces?
it allows you to
difficulty?
see in pitch black.
Okay.
In pitch darkness. So, or in very dim light, it gives you a decent amount of light. So
And that's alertness and perception.
perception and alertness, and I'll say it's standard difficulty.
Got them all. Well,
Oh
two
my
successes.
goodness. Yeah.
I have no specialty in that.
So 2 successes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's wherever those 1,000 had come from. They're not there anymore.
They must have spotted me and retreated
yeah.
into the tree line. We better send out a picket.
Best to not tip our hand that we know they're there. We've let the men muster, proven that they can respond in a timely fashion.
I want both of you to give me, because you were both doing this, I want you to both give me a manipulation plus leadership roll.
All right.
At
I actually have
now,
two dots of
here's
leadership.
the way this is gonna work. It's actually going to be at difficulty 7.
Mm-hmm.
Not because it's harder for you, but because it's harder for them to meet your standards. Does that make sense?
To see if how they do
This
on
is
the
this is
inspection.
basically to see how they do on their
Okay.
Would
Okay,
you like your
so-
difficulty to be higher because you have higher standards?
No. What I would like to know is,
Mm-hmm.
if we succeed on this roll,
Yeah.
do they succeed on the inspection or do they fail on the inspection?
Ooh.
What is the result of this roll?
Right. Gotcha. The more successes you guys get, the less good they do.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes
Does
sense.
that make sense? Because it's indicating like what standards you're holding them to, and
Sure.
that they can't meet.
Jesus.
Yeah, he has a lot of.
I botched.
Well, that'll
A
offset.
9 and a 9. What was the 6
Difficulty
and a
was
7?
Yeah, difficulty 7.
There's 7.
Your manipulation is my dump stat.
I have 4 successes.
And he has a single botch.
I have a botch.
Okay, so by your standards, yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're
They're
fine.
amazing.
They're
well, I
practically an elite unit.
All they need is some water.
Maximilian, however, you are quite disappointed. Or maybe you're not disappointed. This is like, as I expected.
No, this is precisely what I expected, and
Right.
a perfect opportunity.
For discipline.
I am going to, as I'm reviewing the men, look with greater and greater disdain on them.
Okay, so the way I see this is they're lined up ready for inspection. Gilgare is going along. They're like, and you're walking along behind just.
Rusty bayonet.
I wouldn't go to war with this rusty
Piece
bayonet,
of shit.
and neither will you.
Something like that. And I just, without saying a word, progressively more and more sending the message of how utterly unacceptable their condition is. Just
Yeah.
more and more and more.
This is not North Company. This is not South Company. This is East Company, and I will not.
See, that was manipulation leadership.
Yes.
Because I had 2 10s.
Yes, you did. Which
And I
means
have-
that they are actually worth 2 successes each.
Okay, but I have a manipulation specialty in imposing.
You also have you also have a leadership and specialty in commands.
I do.
So I was going to apply either one of those. If you want it to be the imposing that applies, the 10s will still count as 2 each, which means I think you actually got 6 successes.
Got 6 successes.
Gruger and Maximilian, you both smell urine.
All right.
Which is even more distasteful in a soldier.
Well,
It's outside the soldier now.
The young one at the end. He can't be more than 14. And there's a growing puddle at his feet.
Don't lick the yellow infernal.
I'm going to turn without saying a word. I'm going to turn around and go to the captain. Is this the condition in which you keep your men, Captain?
Not. This is atypical, sir.
I'm not speaking to him. I'm just kind of like speaking to the air.
Sure.
Because in the Holy Land, troops found in such condition would be decimated.
Hey, there happen to be 10 of them there.
Oh, we know which one's weakest.
I'm just saying,
Because
you want to decimate them. There's 10 of them there. You could take one out.
But I despise wasting troops, even those that are in such condition. I will return to inspect again tomorrow night.
We shall be ready, sir. We shall be better.
See that you are, or perhaps Holy Land strictures will apply from the top down.
Courage roll.
Do I need to?
No, this is roll on their part.
Okay.
No, this was actually more of a
Self-control.
self-control on the part of the men, not the captain. So, yeah, they passed amazingly enough. But he nods in understanding. He's aware of what you're offering.
Drill them in for the remainder of the night.
Sir.
Obviously, the men have gotten entirely too much rest as it is.
Sir. Grab your kit.
I'm so glad I wasn't ever in the military.
This is not good.
I fully admit I would not survive basic. So, all right.
All right. So, we've got that taken care of.
Vare's up on or had gone up to the top of the
Right.
city wall.
I'm still looking.
You're still looking.
They're in there somewhere. They have to be. I saw them with my own eyes.
Trying like one eye.
Right.
Blinking an interesting code just in case they see your red eyes from the distance.
It's true. Your eyes do glow red. That's right. Stu knows semaphore. So, all right.
I'm going to go up onto the gatehouse,
Okay.
find Gregere. See anything?
No sign of them. They must have fallen back into the tree line. They could be anywhere now.
Well, the men are drilling for the remainder of the night. Their condition was unacceptable.
Town guards.
Soldiers.
Barely.
Unacceptable. Clearly. We should return to the wooden ferret. Ilona has returned and has... Well, there are things afoot.
Very well. Hey, you! You stand right here and you look at that tree line. You see any men, you sound the alarm. You hear me? One of the guards.
Okay. The guard
Let me be more...
looks first to his captain and then just sort of like looks at you like.
If you see anyone approaching from the tree line, approaching the city, sound the alarm. What did I just say?
If I see anyone approaching the city from the tree line, sound the alarm.
Good.
That's good. Make him repeat. I like that.
Yes, officer. No, that's sorry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you were telling me.
It seems that, one, the Salt Queen is less stable than she was in past years.
Indeed.
You know who she is, yes?
Yes.
There's concern internally. That is only our concern once they have results.
Mm-hmm.
But also because of whatever problems they were having, or perhaps the cause of those problems, the seneschal had secretly gone behind the back of the prince to meet with them.
Because of the problems the
problem
Salt Queen was having, or that he was having with
the problem.
our prince.
It seemed that he was trying to interfere between the prince and the Salt Queen. We think that the prince now has him captured for punishment, as would be appropriate for one who betrayed her.
Interesting. We were led to believe he was dead. Why would you not make an example of someone who is such a traitor in your house?
That surprises me as well. The only conclusion I could reach was her concern for the morale of the city. It was around the beginning of the last great battle, or the last great set of battles. History. Words hard.
True. I have said this before. Perhaps it just seemed as a casual remark, but I do find it somewhat interesting, more than interesting, that the prince has declared the entire city Elysium. What is the necessity of this?
I imagine it's to keep all of the different emissaries from fighting anyone
There
in
are
the
a
city
handful of emissaries.
who hate each other.
True. It also means that you are not free to be the gangrel you are. I am not free.
I live outside the walls. I can do anything I want at
I
home.
cannot do it within the city walls.
Some of it's rather rude anyway. There's still a masquerade to keep.
I disagree.
That would be a matter to take up with the prince, I think.
That is possibly true.
I think the most valuable thing we could do is get the rest of the emissaries to agree to a peaceful situation here.
It is what the princess attempted to do, no? Has she not? With her meeting and calling them here and sending the letters out.
But if they understood how many more residents of the city wanted them to stop fighting here, that might help. Because once she gets the agreements she wants,
What
she'll
would
send
they
them
care
home.
of mortals and what their wishes are?
Us.
But the prince appeals for us, does she not?
Make it so they know that she is speaking for what we want.
The prince's kind of area of rule is here and to the south, right?
It is mostly bounded by the river.
Okay.
There is. Hey, look, map. So it is mostly bounded
Okay.
by the river. She does not claim significant holdings on the south side of the river,
Okay.
of the Vistula River, I should say. Her domain stretches mostly north, east, and west from the city.
So that way.
That's the
Okay.
old map.
Oh, that's the one I had.
Where's the new map? The
Well,
easier one to read.
And
I think I
I'm
stole it. I didn't steal it.
recalling. Okay.
No, you're here.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I do your little farm for you.
Excellent.
Okay.
And that's where she does science.
That's,
And that's where I have bunnies.
it's just an Erlenmeyer flask.
And that's where the random cow is.
Right.
Random cow.
Or maybe it's a sheep.
A random cow.
Maybe it's a really fat goat. I mean, that's...
So this is the east gate?
Yeah.
So the army is all over here.
So the prince,
Yeah.
Hiding behind the turn lane.
this is all very confusing. The prince is interested in peace with the Tremere.
The prince is interested in having them stop their battles here. If they want to fight, they can fight somewhere else.
But not with the Nosferatu, not with the Salt Queen. She does not wish for peace there.
That does seem odd.
So
but the Nosferatu keep to themselves, so perhaps the problem is
the
actually...
Tremere are assholes.
Oh, they are.
Everyone knows this.
Mhm.
But she would wish for peace from them. She
No.
feels threatened by them, but not from the Salt Queen.
The Salt Queen doesn't come up here.
Well, when are you going to get there? Are you
We're
still
walking.
hanging out at the...
Yeah,
No,
you-
we were headed that way. So
Yeah.
just let me
Yeah.
know when we're there.
I was figuring that this conversation was happening while you were inspecting
I
the troops.
did too.
Okay.
If you think it's worth convincing the prince to talk to the Salt Queen again, I'm not that good at politics. It's really not what I normally do.
No, I just find it interesting.
But we don't know what passed between them to make things go sour in the first place.
We know that the Tremere created gargoyles out of my people, out of Gregair's people, out of the Salt Queen's people.
What is it you want to have happen?
I do not trust this prince.
Will you openly challenge her?
Perhaps if we find more information.
If you find
I
proof-
think her decisions are not, they are erratic. She has no one standing by her side.
that is true. The lack of seneschal does.
There is no
destabilize.
sheriff, there is no seneschal. She has made, though we have been here for 5 decades, she has suddenly decided to make Sir Maximilian the Keeper of Elysium. These do not seem to...
I would be a poor keeper indeed. I do not want the job he has.
No, he does a fine job. I am just saying there was no keeper, or was there a keeper prior that was a little...
There was a keeper prior.
Okay.
It's just, I mean...
Where'd that one go?
Died.
I imagine most of her court died in the
Quite
various battles.
The previous keeper of Elysium was killed rather spectacularly during one of the Mongol raids
Okay. But that was
a while ago.
a while ago. It was like
year.
two... Oh, I
Year
thought it was...
or more.
Was that the last battle we...
Yeah, that was... Yeah, that was...
Oh, in 1248.
They only left in 1241.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Who does she even keep close? Who is...
If you find true proof that she is not a just and proper ruler and openly challenge her, if you meet both of those conditions, I will support you. But you need to prove that it is for the good of the city.
Absolutely.
That sounds like about the right time for you two to walk up, having not heard that last bit of the conversation.
Okay.
All right.
Anything interesting on the walls?
Very poor troop discipline.
You'd think they would remember what has happened for the last 10 years.
True. On the other hand, we're also pulling the dregs of what remains. But desperate times. So we have unconfirmed information that there is someone being kept under the castle.
I've heard this from Runa. Indeed, it is suspected it is it is Faustus. Faustus.
That is the suspicion.
This seems...
But as the only eyes that have ostensibly seen him are those rat.
Still, though, the prince, from what I saw, did not seem... She seemed shaken, not pleased to see her child. This could be because of the rift between them. This could also be because she does not wish to see an emissary of the voivode. Of all voivodes.
But she would have contacted him.
This is not the impression I have. Why would she have contacted him? Perhaps he has visited to make a demonstration of his strength. After all, a man does not call himself, or a Cainite does not call himself the voivode of all voivodies for no reason.
Then it sounds like we need to know what the message was that he sent.
I think this is true. I think we should go to the palace. Does he come in friendship? Does he come to as a show of strength?
I have to return to the palace anyway.
Gregor, you'll join us?
I'll go.
It will probably be good to talk to her again. This would be good.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
all four of you to the...
Oh,
to the
before I leave,
Okay.
I'm going to go find Madame Valeria.
Yes. Okay.
Then we
Is it, Are you all waiting for him to do this, or is it more of a
You're
I'll
going to
catch
do
up?
what?
I have a brief bit of business. Brief. But not that kind of brief. And I'm going to go upstairs.
Oh, by the way, were they all there when we walked through? Like, could we see
Who they all?
Rashid and any of his men loitering?
Roshan?
Roshan. I keep thinking.
Roshan
Yeah.
was...
Roshan.
What did I say? Roshan...
Stay away from me.
The
I
all
know.
of those who had come in
Roshan.
were still there. I don't remember whether I had said Roshan had been there or he had left.
You-
Like come in and then left.
Okay.
I think he had.
I
I think he had
saw
come in
him.
and left.
We were only aware of his one man. This part of the party was only aware of.
Yeah, no, that was an embellish. Well, because you were in a small private room for a lot of that conversation. Władysław got a little bit more of a bit of information for being in the main space. So, sorry, that was something that came up during
Okay, good.
the Lone Wolf.
I'm tracking better than I expected to.
All right. Okay. So, all headed back up to Vavel Hill and the castle and
Yep.
such that are there. All right. As you are walking up, you hear the Laud's bells ring.
So now it's 3 a.m.-ish.
Yes.
Okay.
What is it? The proper. What is it? Proper chronicle cannot be had unless
No.
accurate now.
No.
Accurate time records are kept. Yeah.
Hygigaxian. With Hygigaxian, the passive voice must be used.
Okay, so returning to the castle. Where is your individual, or where are you specifically going in this complex?
Well,
Just straight to the.
I'm going to see the prince.
Okay, so audience chamber. Okay.
I mean, I'm most interested in talking to Auguste, but going to see the prince might be the best way to find out where he is.
They might still be meeting or not. Or
If he's not actively meeting with the prince, then I might see him on the way there. I don't know. Might as well stick with the party for once.
they went into the castle together, did they not? The palace.
Okay, so I should really give the gardener a name, but I haven't yet. His name is now Gardner.
Bobislav.
I know. I had to.
Blah blah blah.
Bobislav.
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 Blah blah blah.
Bobislav Ralphovich.
Oh, you could. What's his name? Ski. I wrote that down as one NPC. I couldn't remember.
Anyway, he's there with, serving in his capacity of the antechamber doors closed, but he sort of blanches when the four of you come in together.
The gardener does.
Yes, Gardner turned herald.
Wait, a herald?
He was a gardener. She made him her herald.
He's not. He's Gould.
Almost certainly at this point. I mean, that's not the kind of thing you would know necessarily unless
Unless you
you
see
watched
him
her
worshiping
feed.
him.
Because otherwise, I might need to eat his face right now because he's starting to annoy me. He's just like a
Well,
little
he
brother.
was a gardener.
Elysium.
No, but if he's just a mortal, if he's not a ghoul, her
A
her
servant
pet.
of the prince.
Yeah, he's a servant
Jesus
of the
Christ.
prince. Period.
Yeah.
For God's sake, I give him a backache that he will never forget. He doesn't know that I just like misalign a couple of his.
Oh, he would know.
No, he would know, but he wouldn't know why, how. I watch for him to bend over, and then I just wiggle my nose, and he
You have to
has
touch.
You have to touch. You have to mold it like clay. That's how vicissitude works. Yeah.
Okay.
He would know.
I thought I could bewitch him.
And it's
But yeah.
no.
Okay.
It's-
I still might do that.
yeah, you literally you do have to it's also
Okay.
kind of painful
Oh no, I know.
for the recipient.
That I know.
Okay, so he just sort of starts stammering incoherently, but he manages to get your Excellency.
Is there some problem?
The prince just she not in a good mood.
Why? What has happened?
The young man visiting her, she started yelling and then she kicked me out.
What was she yelling?
She doesn't seem to be pleased with who the young visitor is aligned with. Someone named Rustovich. She called him his lackey, his lapdog,
I see.
his doormat.
How did the young man take that?
He didn't say. He didn't raise his voice. He seemed to take it all in stride.
Likely he expected it.
I guess, but that was about when I was told to leave.
Are
and
they
Is she
still
with him?
I haven't heard anything from. Not that I've been listening at the door, but I haven't heard any raised voices. They may.
What did you hear?
I would you like me to let you in?
Yes.
Okay. He timidly grabs the door and opens it just enough to poke his head in.
Walk in.
Okay. And the prince is in there, as
Bless you.
is Auguste, Sir Auguste, and they seem to be in the middle of a conversation in some Slavic language. You're most likely to understand it.
Where did I write down my languages anyway?
Anybody have a list of languages they know?
I do have a list. I'm not sure where I wrote it. I have a lot of papers.
Fair. All those who took that multilingual merit. I'll say this, it's not Polish, it's not Latin, it's definitely not English
Gaelic.
or Gaelic.
exactly?
Well, French. It's not French.
It's not French.
Then I'm out.
It's not Spanish either, or Japanese, but it's not German.
I did not actually pick my languages.
Oh, okay.
But I have to have Viking language and Latin and Polish, which is the one we're using
Yeah.
as a default. And God only knows what other things I might have. So, I don't know.
It's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh.
You notice there's a cat on the table. Just sort of walking in figure eight on the table. And it's one of these sort of kind of like this table, and the prince and and Auguste are sitting at either end of it. This cat is sort of walking in figure eight in between. You see this. You three do not. but it seems to be a discussion of what it is that Rustovich wants and what it is that she wants, and they're kind of deep into the weeds of minutia. And there's some. August has some parchment in front of him, and he's jotting notes. Looks like. And then the prince looks up and notices you there. Regains. Your Excellency.
Highness. I inspected the troops as you asked me to. And
Yes.
There are improvements that need to be made, but they're well in hand.
That is good.
By which I'm trying to give her code.
Right.
That everything is in readiness at the gate, and the things that I went to check on.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Good.
Without letting her guest know that I've done so.
Right. Obviously, he'll be aware of something has happened, but hard to say what he would interpret from that. Yeah.
Is this the cat I'm used to seeing, or
Yep.
just okay?
We come as well, Prince, to of course support you in your greeting of your honored guest.
Okay. The cat is looking past the four of you. In that way that cats sort of look through a person instead of at a person.
I kind of just by my side do that little finger wiggle, come here, kitty thing, quietly.
Cat sits and the tail starts to flick.
Fucking cats.
Dogs come when you call them. Cats take a message.
Cats come when you shake the kitty food box.
Yes, that is all well, Your Excellency. Is there a particular item or reason you four wanted to, or are you all here coincidentally at the same time?
Coincidence. Highness.
I see. And you have something more to tell me?
I just wanted to say hello. I didn't realize you were still in meetings. Sorry.
As I mentioned, Highness, we come to support you as your loyal subjects, to support and honor you in greeting your guest.
If I can get close enough to the table, I will pick up the cat. But if we're kind of keeping our distance, talking from the door, that's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, are you approaching?
Not if nobody else does.
Okay. Is anybody else approaching?
The cat? I think you just said Runa noticed the cat. I don't
Right.
think.
Only Runa
Yeah.
can see the cat.
And I'm
from time
saying
to
if we go up to the table, I will pick up the cat. But I'm not
Yeah.
going to walk over to the table to pick up the cat if everybody else is
Oh,
standing
fuck
back.
yeah, I'll approach the table. That's where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've come. We are important.
You've got notes to read on the table.
Yeah, exactly. And we are important subjects. She had us at the fancy meeting she had, and he is the keeper of Elysium. Of course we should be here.
The prince is kind of staring at you. At you,
Yes.
Ilona, while you're with what you just said.
Come to support. But
Right, yeah.
Read the stare. Like, sort of
give me-
confusion or...
Give me an int plus occult.
Okay.
Oh.
And Auspex?
No.
Okay.
Auspex does not apply to this.
Okay.
But
It's an int check.
it's an int check, not a perception
Okay.
check. So
Gotcha.
Int plus occult.
I got that, though, somewhere.
And it will be
3.
difficulty standard. So 6.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Booyah.
Well, I guess I got 2.
2 successes?
At first, I did not think so. Yeah, 2 successes. These 2.
This kind of intense stare, the sort of hairy eyeball, Auspex users, when reading auras, have to concentrate on their subjects for a certain period of time just to be able to read the myriad colors and such. She's probably evaluating motivations and
She's looking for the level of brown in your aura.
Yeah.
Since we have approached the table, I'm going to grab the cat.
Okay.
And then I will, as we approach.
So Runa goes over and picks up some non-existent item off the table.
Okay.
But it's kitty, so, petting.
Prince does not seem to recognize that you've approached the table. Does not acknowledge it. Augusto, on the other side, says,
approaching as well.
Oh, yeah.
Runa,
It has been some time.
it has been. I've been out.
What are...
If
What?
you have,
I'm sorry.
If you have time during your visit, I would enjoy speaking with you on subjects we have spoken of before. I would be interested to know what studies you have progressed in since we last met.
I'm sure you would. I do hope that we can have some time to converse during my visit. Sorry, you would.
All I was going to say is, as we approach the table, I will bow deeply to show deference to both the prince and her child.
Okay.
I'm standing there petting an invisible cat again.
Oh, it's invisible?
You can't see it.
Oh,
You
so
don't
you're
see
doing
anything.
but I maybe have seen you do that before?
Yeah, about 2 sessions ago.
Oh, that's right. I knew there was invisible something, but I didn't remember it was, okay. Excellent.
The cat is not looking at you. It's actually looking at the door you came in through.
Well, I will
And its
move.
ears seem to be, you know how they
Doing
point
the
their
alert
ears?
thing?
Yeah, like also pointed ears and eyes at the door.
Well, I will move back because the prince is having a thing.
Okay.
And I will quietly be like to the cat, "What do you hear?"
Is there a role associated with that? Because it's not animalism.
Well, this is a merit connection thing, so you kind of imply that I can just talk Norse at this cat, and or it somehow it just works because there's no rule in the book. It's you just pay.
Oh,
fucking
right.
3
Sorry.
merit
Yeah, I'm
points.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was confusing
It's
it
a
with...
3-point merit.
Yeah, no, I was confusing it with something else.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not using the elemental path. This is
Right. No, nor are you using that
the
other thing.
Yeah.
And then I just looked at that, and there's no aspect to that. All right. So, so the cat still seems to be fixated on the door. Doesn't seem to acknowledge that you've spoken anything. And the tail is still flicking, but you know.
But the cat's not calibrating for a pounce. It's just the interesting thing is there.
Something definitely has the cat's attention.
I'm going to be the annoying one this time. I'm going to go in the direction the cat is looking. I'm carrying the cat. I'm using it as a dowsing rod. Cat wants to look that way. That's the direction I go.
All right.
So if that points me towards a wall instead of a door, I'll have to step outside and try to work this out. I'm not being sneaky. I'm just going with what the cat wants to do.
Okay. All right.
A divining rod.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Divining cat, you hold it by the back legs.
I value my hands.
Sweet kid.
So yeah, as you're carrying this non-existent cat, who doesn't weigh very much. I mean, basically nothing, actually. You sort of walk to the side of the door, and its gaze follows, as if it's, and as you sort of walk, You walk to the side of the door. Its gaze follows as if there's something just inside the door that it's looking at. And as you sort of cross the door, as you get closer, it starts fidgeting.
I only have Auspex 1.
Okay.
So if there's obfuscate there, I don't remember what the rule is if I can try.
Here.
I will say this.
It's the Auspex version
it's
obfuscate thing.
yeah.
So.
It's
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
at a certain point, if
Oops,
the
wrong
obfuscate
page.
is significantly higher than the aspects of the user, there's not even a chance for a roll. So, I will say this: that I will allow you to roll.
Okay.
It will be at difficulty 9, even with your aspects.
All right, and that's perception plus awareness.
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 It's actually going to be awareness.
Okay. It's like I'm ready for awareness because it's the cat wigging out. So
Yeah. Perception plus awareness, difficulty 9. And I see at least 1 9.
I have 1 success.
1 success.
Cool.
Okay. As you get closer and the cat is fidgeting more, you can't really feel the cat fidget, or you don't feel claws sink into your hands. Or
I
anything
appreciate
like
that.
Right. But there's a space just near the door that you can feel is a little warmer than the surrounding air, and as you get closer and closer, as you start to feel that warmth, the cat kind of freaks out and jumps out of your hands.
Okay. I
And
focus.
disappears as it hits the floor.
Okay. I focus on that space
Okay.
and say quietly, despite the fact that I think half the people in the room have Auspex. I do not believe you were invited.
There's no response.
I'm going to kind of just. I can't. Do I have a sense that I can't look where I want to look?
No,
Okay.
you do not have that sense.
Okay. I mean, I only got 1 success. So actually, I will go. They've been talking while I did this.
Yes, right.
I will
so,
interrupt them after you let them
Okay.
talk.
So, other than Runa, who's walking around the room with slightly strange behavior.
Not for Runa, it's not.
Fair. The princess. So, Runa is here to speak with Auguste. You have reported to me about the preparations. You are here to show your support, and that is appreciated.
In what manner can we do so, Prince?
And you are here.
Oh, I just escorted the keeper, Your Grace.
Ah. That is good for sorry, I don't want to use the wrong word. That is good for a junior officer to do. And there's a hint of condescension in that. But it's not like that's good for an underling.
I probably didn't catch it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, with your socials there, you probably didn't catch it.
Sir Maximilian,
Nice.
I would appreciate it, as our negotiations here have been wearisome. I would appreciate it if you and your defenders would accommodate Sir Auguste as he needs. He has been on a long journey. I'm sure that he requires certain things. And I must prepare for the rest of the evening. I would appreciate it if you would show him around.
Of course, Hines.
And then she seems to notice you for the first time. As
Do you have invisible guards tonight?
why would I tell you if I did?
Because if you don't, then you have invisible watchers.
She sort of leans back. I'm going to look at her character sheet.
Auspex, I believe, is in clan for the DVC.
Yes, it is. And anybody who wants to at this point can now give me a perception plus awareness
Okay.
at difficulty 8, because obviously there's something to look
right.
for.
So perception plus awareness?
Perception plus awareness, not alertness.
So what is
And-
regular with the difficulty? 8?
It's difficulty 8.
Which makes, for me makes it 10.
You don't have. No, awareness is.
Awareness
talent.
is for there's no penalty if you.
Oh,
have
there's
no
no...
dots in
Okay,
it.
all right.
Yeah. Talents, there's no penalty if you don't have any dots in it.
I'm using one of my helper players because I accidentally got a collection of them going.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got an 8? Give me a second. I need to.
Do 10s do anything interesting if there's no special?
Wow.
Nope.
I was like,
Okay.
4.
They are worth usually almost guaranteed to be worth a success, but
Too many sets of house rules in my head.
yeah, I know. That's what happens when you have. Ooh, okay. 2 successes, 1 success.
You had 2 successes.
Just one.
1
That's
success.
me.
Oh, okay. 1
Yeah,
success.
that's not-
1
that's-
success.
that was-
Oh, wait.
I don't have a helper player.
How many? I had at least 2 successes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I counted my own dice or not. Okay, we'll just put that back.
Okay.
All right, I'm not tracking as well as I thought. Never mind.
We had 2, possibly 3 successes.
That's
The
fine.
exciting part is I'm going to
Exactly.
drive after this.
Okay.
And that's just water.
Okay, so those of you who got 2 successes, at least, there's a feeling you get as so you looking at Runa or in her general direction. There's a feeling of menace coming from Runa's general direction.
I think I'll step back because I'm imagining it's actually like 2 steps in front of me.
About that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But it's localized feeling of menace.
It does seem to be point source
Okay.
At Runa?
in Runa's general direction.
Well, now that I've called somebody's attention
I
to
don't
this,
know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In which case,
But it's I mean it's extremely vague. It's just
sure, but
you sort of felt it across a battlefield. You have sort of felt it across a battlefield as an army is
right.
staring back at you, but you would have also actually had that
how-
same experience. So
How focused does my targeting have to be to dominate someone?
you have to be able to see its eyes.
Okay.
It's even more complex if they don't have eyes. Like if they've been gouged out or they're blind or something like that. But yeah, you do have to be able to see its eyes.
Oh, we don't have focus rules in. Okay. I don't have dominate. I didn't look it up.
Then,
There's presence, however,
Aww. You could entrance
or
it.
dread gaze.
Entrance it. Make it like you.
actually, what I want to make it do is reveal itself at this point. I want to make it show itself. So what seems the most logical to me is that I'm going to command whatever is there to show itself.
So without being able to see its eyes and you knowing your own power set,
Right.
probably your best bet. Oh, you don't have presence 2. Never mind. Unless you bought it since. Okay.
No blue steel?
No, he has. Well, I don't remember which one was which with that, but
One dot.
I have 1 dot.
you have 1 dot, which is awe.
Aw.
Which basically makes everyone focus on you.
Right, I know. I understand
I mean, you could just give me a mundane manipulation plus intimidation or manipulation plus leadership roll.
that. We'll do that.
Whatever it is, though, it really doesn't like me now.
Which one are you doing, intimidation or leadership?
They are different skills.
They are different skills, and that it's going to affect the possible reaction. That's all I'm saying.
In what way?
I don't know yet, honestly. I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, I have to know.
Are you okay? Are you trying to?
I'm trying to command it to reveal itself.
Okay, so let's go with leadership then. We're going to go with difficulty. Well, I'm not looking at your dice. We're going to go with difficulty 8 because you know approximately where, but not exactly. So
I have 3
or
successes.
what you're shooting at.
And one of them is a 10, which gives me an extra.
Yes, it does. In command,
in
yes,
commands.
right, exactly.
So I have 4 successes.
4 successes.
Wow.
That is then definitely going to result in me having to roll. Okay. And now. Okay. The feeling of menace increases, but there is no visible change.
Since I'm standing this close,
Actually, it doesn't increase for you. It increases for him.
Oh, no, it doesn't like both of us.
I'm used to not being liked. Who cares about being liked?
But
Feared, respected, but
It's better to be feared.
yeah. But I mean, I'm kind of like, there is something there. What is there? I can figure this out.
Is the prince doing anything?
The prince and Auguste is now standing. You're not exactly sure when he stood up, but he is standing. The prince is not.
And did she purposefully not answer me when in the middle of these two?
Well, you went from your question. She addressed Gregere. Did she purposefully not answer you? I don't know.
And then I called everybody's attention to,
Right, but she has not
And
at all responded to what I asked her.
the door opens, and the herald is sort of shaking as he's holding the door open, and it's, is everything okay, Your Highness? And like that feeling of menace, gone.
Okay.
kind of step back, kind of like, okay. Kind of stand down, sort of step back. So.
Right.
I'm going to grab the herald. Like, physically. grab
Okay.
the herald.
Cross the room.
Yeah.
All right.
Snatch him into the room,
Okay.
slam the doors closed,
Okay.
and bar them.
Okay. That's doable. And Prince, Sir Maximilian, why are you laying your hand on my ghoul?
Because I want to know who impelled your ghoul to open the door at that particular moment. Which allowed whatever fell being was hiding itself within here to escape.
Auguste will know. What was it that you saw?
It's not so much what I saw, as Auguste speaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much what I saw, but I felt this radiating. You used the word presence. It was like that, or being, or I just the herald is stammering. I just it felt like Her Highness needed something. I thought I should check. There was just this wave of fear.
That was the gardener.
That was
speaking?
that was the gardener,
The herald.
herald. Yeah,
Gardnerovich.
Gardnerovich.
Interesting.
Hermovsky.
Bruna, you saw?
Felt. Not much more than what Auguste described. Just I had a sense to look for it sooner. Perhaps because I was not debating politics.
Perhaps we should search the grounds, Your Highness.
Auguste speaks up. I'm not sure that if we couldn't see it in here, we would be able to see it out there.
I had to
Have you... He turns and addresses the prince. Have relations thawed with Gutka? And at that, the prince just bristles. We do not speak of such low things.
Certainly your child should know this. I'm going to leave the room. Because I just told her we should search the premises, so...
Through the barred door? Or you just
I don't
unbar
care.
it?
I'll
You unbar it?
it.
Okay, all right.
Yep. And I'm
Fair enough.
going to Bishop first.
Okay.
You go search your goal.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I do think it would be prudent to make a full search of the palace and grounds, Highness.
Yes.
I will.
Take Auguste with you. He is skilled in such things.
You've taken off to go do something, right?
I'm going to the bishop. I'm going to see if my dude is reporting back to me, and then I'm going to search shit.
Okay.
Because I pretty much told her I was going to, so fuck that bitch.
Runa, as you and Auguste are acquainted, why don't you search the upper reaches of the of the palace? Grigor and I will search the lower.
This is amenable to me.
I turned to Auguste and said, "Do you remember your way about the building?"
Not that much has changed.
Okay.
And the prince stands up and walks to her usual exit point.
Right. Going to start searching the lower reaches of the castle.
The lower reaches of the castle.
Uh-huh.
All right. And you two, well, you're off to
You're doing your thing.
You're off to see the bishop, the wonderful bishop of...
All I was going to do is tell him to do that.
Okay.
And take someone with him to run back and tell me if he finds anything.
Okay.
So, and then I'll go back in once because I was going to ask him to start searching.
Him?
The bishop.
The bishop, okay. Sorry,
searching.
I was needing an antecedent.
No, that's okay. And then just to let me know if he finds anything, but I want to see if I can hook up with Vladislav about the...
Okay.
Because I figure it's been about an hour.
Yeah, ish.
If it hasn't been, then I would go do that myself. It's totally cool if it hasn't, because then I would have gone straight down to the lower level myself.
Okay.
If it's only been like
meanwhile,
30
you
something
are
minutes.
exploring the higher points?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the above ground, basically,
Yeah.
because I imagine where the building we're in is no more than 3 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About castle's about three or maybe there's a point that's 4 stories.
Like
so.
being fairly methodical about it, unless Auguste has some intuition to try something else, because he is more skilled than I assume. I don't actually know.
He has described that his connection to when he was describing the Koldun is related to his connection to the spirits of the land. So that seems to, maybe that would apply. But we will go with...
Are you going to go high or low when you come back to search?
She said she's going low.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that was stopping me is I thought it was past my time, so I'm totally cool.
Okay. You wanted to go to see the bishop first.
Only if it was, that's why I was saying, if it wasn't past an hour, then I would have done it myself. Because I only was going to have him start searching for me.
Past an hour from
Because
what?
I was supposed to meet with Vladislav in an hour.
Okay.
And if it wasn't quite an hour, which you said it wasn't really, then I would go look myself.
Oh, okay. All right. So in that case, the 3 of you are...
Well, she went by her. She went by herself. So I don't think it's reasonable to lump her, the 3 of us together.
No, because I headed out and
I'm
then
not saying that you are.
Okay.
All right. Well, okay. We'll do it this way. Let the dice decide. Give me perception plus... I hate that they took that out. I mean, tracking would technically be survival, but in a urban setting is weird.
Enigmas?
What are we looking for? Like the presence?
Well, if it were that, then you would be rolling perception plus awareness. To sort of try to
Enigmas
find it.
is sort of the supernatural answer to investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, it would be investigation.
Oh, it's straight investigation, not enigmas?
Not enigmas.
Well,
I
I guess
have
it depends
both,
on
but doesn't
what you're
matter.
looking for. Are you looking for this menacing feeling that you had, or are you looking for other things that have been described in the lower reaches of the castle?
Well, I think this menacing entity has scarpered for the time being, and we're not going to refine it right away.
Okay, but you're using it as an excuse to...
I'm using it as an excuse.
Okay, I was reading that correctly. Okay.
I'm looking for the seneschal.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Oh, so they're all looking for the same thing.
Okay, so perception plus investigation, and actually, all of you will be able to roll this because you're all searching. So it'll be standard difficulty.
So for me, it'll be
Which is
Yeah, you too.
standard.
Oh, you don't have investigation.
But with aspects, it's
I
lowered
also
by
do
one
not.
for
It
me.
is lowered. It is lowered by your aspects rating.
Yeah.
So whatever the difficulty is, it gets lowered by your aspects rating.
Okay.
Boom. I didn't even
One.
need that 5.
So last week you were playing with Stork's dice.
Right. This week I'm playing with my dice when I'm GMing.
Your GM
Where's
dice.
my-
Okay.
Oh, Scorpio, you failed me.
Okay, so
Or no, it was a 3.
it was difficulty 6.
I have 3.
You have 3 successes.
I have 3.
You have 3 successes. You have 1 success. You have nothing. Guess what? You find
Upstairs.
a lot of bedrooms.
I definitely do not find the seneschal
You
upstairs.
find a lot of bedrooms. Yeah. You also do not feel any of that menace.
Okay. I'm also wandering around with the goose, so I'm kind of, yeah.
1 success, 3 successes, 3 successes. So you're, Gregare, you're sort of like, I think maybe down, or it's not the most methodical.
Right.
It's more of a haphazard. Whereas Maximilian is taking the German approach of, we'll check this and this and this and this and this
Right.
and this and
Only make right turns.
only make right turn, yeah, or whatever it is. And you come around a corner, and there you see 2 things. One, Ilona, who's coming around the other
Oh, you see
the
me.
other way, and 2, there's a doorway like what
Oh, were there
was
at the same
described
time?
that leads to that was described one of the 50 names that Kimmy came up with for the rats. I'm not even kidding.
Well, she had 50 rats to
So we're there
name.
at the
Right,
same time?
exactly.
Apparently.
3 successes, both of you, right? So.
No, he was trying to establish earlier that I had left before them, so.
So you found
I
a
think
different
that's-
route to find
You
there.
found a different route to find them. Does that work? And there's a door that looks like kind of looks like it leads to a descending staircase.
How's this door open?
It is open. Yes,
Oh, good. Then I will.
it's ajar. I will say it.
I thought it was a door.
Make up your mind.
It's open a crack.
I'm very strong. I can open jars.
There is nothing here.
Well, hands that big.
It's
I would hope.
I assure you.
Jar opening. I feel that's very appropriate. This is
Yeah.
strength,
As in
strength,
after
strength
you,
focus.
I
right?
think I'm covered under reserves of strength.
There you go. Yeah.
I can.
Because the jars reserve food.
Maybe I will have that drink.
Preserves of strength.
I do not think this leads to.
Hey, you put a ring on it.
So it does not require all 3 of us to investigate this particular corridor, so
I do not think there are.
Ilona can go and investigate this. We have more.
I have a feeling, whatever the thing. Did I sense anything of that concealed entity?
Oh, the presence?
Not since the door opened, and the
No,
not
but
since-
prior to that,
What were your successes?
I had 1 success. Because you told the 3 success people that they got the sense of.
a little bit.
Okay.
It was more like the hairs on the back of your neck standing up, kind of
Right.
thing.
I have a feeling whatever that was is
Slight
probably
sense of
gonna
unease.
be, okay. Whatever that was, it's probably back over at the camp, out by the tree line. It ain't gonna stay here.
I agree. I think it's fine.
Perhaps you should ask Runa about the beast she periodically holds and takes great care to. Does it come from this? It is likely not, but perhaps it relates to this presence.
Indeed. This could merit a more direct investigation of their camp, but it would be imprudent for one of us to be found there. It would be an embarrassment to Her Highness.
You said this in front of me?
Yes, but I'm speaking to Briere.
I could perhaps assist you. You are both strong Canaanites, no?
All right.
What is a little pain? But to prove how strong you are. Your sense of purpose, your urgency would possibly...
Is the look of dismay over what she's doing or what you're tasting?
Or what she's saying.
Have you never heard of Zimmy flirt before?
Yeah, I know. Perhaps if you looked like Auguste and made your way into camp?
Yes.
I like this plan so much.
And he would most certainly bring you along if you would like to accompany him, because as the keeper of Elysium, unless you would like Greger to go alone.
So glad I'm not there.
No, you're with Auguste.
Yes. I am not having to test against, path of destruction right now.
Test against what?
Vikings are not sneaky. It's sort of
Oh.
antithetical to their moral code.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Unless you're like sneaking up on encampment to attack it. This sort of shenanigan is no.
Time is of the essence.
Tempest Fugit.
I think Auguste can handle this.
Excellent. You put yourself in my very capable hands,
Aye.
and I will start.
Okay.
Squish,
Squish. So
stretch.
this does take time.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
not-
difficulty is variable based on how accurate you're trying to be and
Okay.
such.
Right.
So,
I think there's a
right.
straight difficulty for look like a different person.
There is. That's the vicissitude
No.
2, right?
we're talking about vicissitude 2 here,
Yeah.
not vicissitude 1.
Yeah.
Because 1 is for herself alone.
Right. But
No, one is.
That's why I'm
one
looking
is,
it up.
One is muscle and skin flesh.
Yes.
2 is going to be able to alter his skeletal form.
No. 1 is changing yourself. 2
Oh,
is
I don't
fleshcraft.
think so.
3 is bonecraft. So,
4 is rawr.
yeah.
Yeah,
4
no, I know
is-
that, but I thought
Yeah.
Nope.
2 was the size, height, da da da.
No.
Nope.
Okay,
Bones are level 3.
that's funny. 'cause
Fortunately,
no, I know. Okay,
Fortunately, I mean,
I just
within reason, we'll say that Greger and Auguste are approximately the same height.
okay.
Within,
It's close enough. It's nighttime.
Right, exactly. So it will
Can
be.
you use vicissitude on his accent, though?
Yes,
Well,
because it's. Well, I just reread it like 5 times, and it's like voice, et cetera, et cetera.
Reducing appearances.
And that was
easier.
1. And it just depends on how much blood you spend. That's what I read.
It's can change voice by reshaping the larynx.
Mm-hmm.
Can adopt new skin tone, new eye color, new hair, so on and so forth. Process is not simple. Requires a user to actually craft these changes, which can be disturbing and painful.
Yeah, because that's malleable visage.
Which you can use on yourself.
Transmogrify.
Transmogrify the mortal clay you can use on other people, and then how you use that. You can apply the same rules from malleable visage to a second person.
Vicissitude too.
Correct.
Okay, that's
Yes.
what. Okay, we're saying the same thing then.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to say because.
And I got a willing subject.
You have a willing subject. I'm going to say that this is going to be
Appearance, difficulty 5.
It's going to be difficulty. Well, that's reducing appearances.
Oh yeah,
Difficulty
making
5.
somebody uglier.
I'm going to say this is.
Oh, he's uglier than I am anyway.
Right. This is. I'm going to say this is going to be difficulty 7.
Okay.
And you do have to spend a blood point.
Of course, absolutely.
And this is going to feel really weird.
Oh wow!
Wow, taking it in a glass? You did.
That was super cool. It bounced. Bounce.
That was impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could do that
into
again.
the
That was
stemless
really
way.
Someone
cool.
played a lot of quarters in college.
This is true. That is kind
had to do
true.
something while you're waiting for your roommate to take the sock off the doorknob.
And I have, let's see.
Nobody's using the other one for.
1, 2, 3.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
so
opened
this
the door,
is-
you
yeah,
found out.
This is
Just one reason why we never did laundry together.
a dexterity plus body crafts roll.
Okay. Oh,
Dexterity plus body crafts.
3. 1, 2,
You spend 1 blood,
3,
and like I said, it's going to be difficulty 7.
4. I like you better. So I got 5 and 5. And any dex roll, I get to add my celerity.
Yes, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually yes.
And okay, and I have specialties in body crafts.
Okay. What is your specialty in body craft?
I've got 2. So I've got, where the hell are they? Bone work and
Which this would not apply.
and doppelganger creation.
Oh, that would apply. Yeah. No, that.
And 7. Okay.
And difficulty 7, right? Exactly. Damn, that's a lot of dice.
That's
I don't know.
proof.
I don't have a ton though. Look,
You get
these are
one,
pretty
one.
bad.
You get 1, 1.
Yeah, and I got a 1, and it was 7. So I think I only have 1 success.
You have 2.
I have 2.
No.
No, because I have a 1.
Oh.
Guess what I have though? I have lucky.
You have lucky.
It's a merit. You get
Okay.
up to as many rerolls as you have points in it,
Holy.
and I have 2.
Okay.
Otherwise, I only have 1. I have
We
one
get to do that once per session or something, or
once
once
per
scene?
session per dot,
Oh,
up to 5.
give me just a second,
Sure.
please.
Of course.
Merits, I guess.
Yes, that's what I'm looking.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is. It's
It would be probably a supernatural 425.
or social or I didn't even see.
I'm looking.
Oh yeah, it's supernatural merit. Look,
Lucky, 1 to 5
425.
points. Fortune smiles upon you. At 1 point. For each point invested in this merit, you gain 1 reroll per day.
per dot for each point.
For each point invested in this merit, you get 1 reroll per day.
Per night?
Yeah.
per 24
yeah,
hour
that would
period.
be very silly.
Per,
It was like
Only reroll when you're asleep.
right.
Yeah.
When you're
per 24 hour period.
you only re-roll when you're being incinerated by the sun.
That's when you
the
need your
most-
rerolls.
That's when you need it the most, right? Exactly.
On that stamina check.
You must take the second result.
Okay. It's just too many dice to roll for 1 success. I rolled, what, 12
Yeah.
dice?
Yeah, your dice are underperforming.
Yeah. I mean, they were really good before, but then I rolled 12 and I got
When's the
1
last time you
success.
threatened them?
Although it's more opportunity for 1.
Right.
Um,
Oh yeah, there you go. A lot of ones. Oh yeah.
oh my god!
That's great there.
Oh my god, but that's a 9. Fuck yeah. There's a 7.
Wow, there's 4 ones?
But it,
I got horns.
no, I thought it was 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck
you made
you.
you made my face look like a butt.
I know.
It wasn't hard.
All right, so are you going to try to use your second lucky point?
Yeah, I think I have to. I can't do that.
Because otherwise you're going to inflict damage
Man, I
on his face.
These dice are just...
But no. But if you got, but it's right.
Oh my god!
On the plus side, you can probably feel it.
Scorpion dice have been butts all night, so you're going out.
Well, they're a scorpion.
And then, okay, there we go.
It
No,
is
they
their
were good
nature,
last
thank
time.
you,
I
yes.
remembered that. I'm
Why
very
did
sorry.
you sting me?
This is supposed to be really
I'm a
good.
scorpion.
It's what I do. All right, you have to keep this. You have to take this result.
Okay, there's a 1
There's
and 2 1s.
There's 3.
Oh,
3
fuck
ones.
you, 1s. Jesus fucking Christ.
But
There's
I
a
see.
7 and an 8. I wish the number was 6.
Is that a 9 over there?
Yes, it is, because that's a 5.
So, you have
So I
one
might have
success.
1.
You have one
I
success.
spent all my goddamn
For the
6s.
exact same result.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
I feel like you need a hug.
I know. It's like, why does that always happen? Like the things you're good at, and then all of a sudden you roll a lot of
It's
dice,
actually
and it's
because
stupid.
I'm just going to express an opinion. It's because of a flaw in the design of the game.
okay.
Yeah.
Because when you roll more dice, there's more opportunity for ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I like that's. I'm sorry.
And-
Requiem is my jam because
And I like pool dice games, but I consider that to be a flaw in the design of the game.
I also hate the moving target.
And
I like the straight up 8s.
and see, I
I
disagree.
I hate,
Yeah.
I hate the 8s. I wish it was 6s because I roll like shit when the target is 8.
8s and 10s always explode. You don't have to have specialties.
And ones don't
And ones
subtract.
don't count against you.
But
I'm fine either way. I just don't like the fact that ones subtract because.
No, I get it.
I mean,
Yeah. I totally get it. But we got one success.
you got one success. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not your best work.
Okay. Damn.
Hurts more.
And actually, yeah, no, I need you to give me a stamina roll. Stamina plus fortitude.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm going to say that because you're a willing participant, and I'm going to say it's at difficulty 5.
That's how to roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, it feels really weird. You're going to feel a slight pinch.
Wait a second. He's just some easy.
A little bit of pressure.
Gregare's a pretty man.
Right,
I said
exactly.
he's a Samisi, and Gregare's a pretty man, right? Hmm. He has
Yeah,
an
actually,
appearance
he's
of 3.
That's
My
actually
target
above
should have been
average.
Like 5.
Yeah.
Because look, it says if you're reducing appearance, it's easier.
Except that, so your appearance is a 3, so
Yeah.
Goose is a 4.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you have choices in how you craft
Oh,
yourself.
absolutely. I guess I assumed he was not as attractive as Gregare, because
I kind of am slowly getting the
Well, it's
impression
my
that Auguste is
personality,
a
really.
little
It's
bit of a little bit vain, which Zimisi can be because they can make themselves look as pretty as they want. It's like, look at
True.
me, I am my own artwork.
but what's artwork to them is not necessarily.
Although you know that he is, well, actually you wouldn't necessarily know.
I might know. I don't know. I studied enough with him to get discipline dots with him,
It's true.
and I think he got them from me because I think we traded.
Yeah, he does not actually have vicissitude.
Not even. Oh, right, because
Oh, he
yeah.
doesn't? Oh, because he's all
He's a-
cold
he's
and
a- well, I mean, there's nothing that says you have to be one or the other.
Right.
It's just he's concentrated his efforts.
You only
as a
got
cold
so much
doom.
XP.
Right, exactly. Anyway, he's pretty good at that. But okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
with the one success, it's a fair job of making him look like Auguste, as long as there's not too much light available.
Okay. And it's night.
But you were not able to remold his vocal cords.
Okay.
So he's still
So
guttish.
So if you're going to try to
Oh.
affect an accent, it's going to have to be a performance roll on your part. All right.
Excellent.
That
Ah, good. I see those 0 dots in performance you have there, sir.
What do you usually use with performance?
Okay.
Tell me it's
Did I have
manipulation.
10s on that second one?
usually,
Charisma.
Okay.
usually it's charisma.
Almost as good.
You you can in certain circumstances you can use appearance.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. What was his name again?
Auguste.
Auguste.
Auguste. Okay.
So anyway,
Just remember these words: Pax Phobiscum.
Eh?
What?
oh, did we get some help of players or something from the?
No. I just him.
All right.
Hell no. That's more entertaining for them.
Well, obviously, I need to give the help of players to Gina, so she has to roll even more dice next
I
time.
know. That was very true.
Yeah. I mean, every die you roll, there's still, at difficulty 7, for instance, there's a 40% chance of getting a success
sure.
and a 10% chance of getting a
and
1. So,
hello, I was actually rolling 4 dice and getting 3 successes and stuff, and I didn't even get a 10 on those rolls. So I didn't even get to re-roll any. So yeah, it was just some crap rolls. It happens.
it happens.
Yeah. That's what makes it
That's
interesting.
Usually, when you really want it not to.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Right.
yeah, that's like
That
rolling
just
the
makes the
nat
shenanigan better.
in D&D, rolling the nat 20 on the initiative, and you're like, woohoo!
I know,
I
right?
got a nat
Yes.
20.
It's more like, oh shit,
Yeah.
because you know that you've used it.
Right?
Or the perception check.
Exactly.
All right. So, she's molded your face. As soon as you try to talk, you sound like you.
Yeah,
You're standing there watching her do this. It takes about 10, 15 minutes. So, and she's sort of like, that's not quite right. Oh,
Really?
that's not
It
Fascinatingly
took
creepy.
longer. And, yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
That shouldn't be clay, and yet it is.
The
Yeah.
sound of things going, squish and as she,
At least there was no cracking of bones.
No, that's
Not
true.
in this case, no. She wasn't changing the bone structure. Just sort of the padding of the muscle tissue and such around that bone structure. And it, probably in your mind is like, oh man, it's the cheekbones. If I could just... Maybe not. And that chin. That's an unfortunate chin.
I'm impressed with his ability to withstand the amount of fiddling I had to do to try to. I was having an off night or whatever.
Right, exactly. It's like, I just need a little bit more from... Here, I can pull this around from
Yeah.
the back of his head.
Yeah.
From the back of his
So
neck.
it's like impressive.
Add that in.
Yeah.
And he's just sort of standing there like, what?
How do I look? We got help of players. Damn it.
Oh,
Oh, we did.
I had just looked. That's fantastic.
Who got help of players?
Oh.
Did Jim get his?
Oh, you know why?
I'm
Because they're
fairly sure I
table.
didn't give any...
I don't think we've figured out
Jim?
No.
anything.
Jack and Congan would have.
Jib and Gregal.
Okay.
Because I'm not usually allowed to give dice to Stu.
Because I'm not usually allowed to give dice. Well, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
always the GM.
Right.
So, yeah. You don't give dice to the GM.
No.
Excellent.
So,
All right, I'm off.
Need more ways than one.
Excellent.
and so...
And I'm not going to bother to change my clothes unless someone says something, because
Grigor,
I.
you look like Auguste, but your clothes don't.
Ooh. You should probably do something about that, eh? You got any, something fancy like his?
So, do you?
I do not.
My God.
No, but I got this handled.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go there, because we have a mundane mortal court that goes on too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've got,
The local duke, yeah.
right, so
Oh,
they've
yeah.
got,
That poor
got
bastard.
courtiers and whatnot.
Right? So you're just going to raid their closets? Essentially?
No, I was going to go explain to one of them that he needs to give his clothes to my friend.
All right. So, give me a
Which frees Alona up to go prowling around.
right, exactly. We'll get to that in a minute.
Gotcha.
I like how Carl Yeager on the forum says that Operation Steal August's Clothes. Still his, so it really looks convincing.
You know what? You have no idea how much I want to do that.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because like he had a retinue, and they came in with him. Like there were a bunch of people that came in. Did she give him?
that's
quarters and
beautiful.
shit?
We were supposed to set up quarters for him.
Yeah.
For his people.
So just go
Yeah.
So-
get his
So I'm just
fucking
gonna go get his
clothes.
some spare clothes of his.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
Good outfit.
we'll say that one of his people is watching the room that was prepared for Auguste.
Okay. Oh, good. Because I'm going to rearrange his brain.
Okay.
You're going to pull a Ventru.
You know, Ventru all over this guy. So I'm going to assume subjugation.
Yeah.
Okay. So it'll be manipulation plus leadership, difficulty 4. Glad he's mortal.
I should be using those dice. They're pretty.
That's a 9. Nope. Tried to escape.
On 12 dice,
12
Or
dice.
no, I have 9 dice rather. I have 8 successes.
8 successes on 9 dice.
Yeah, no, I took one off.
Every single one of the dice,
Are you
except
serious?
for
Except
one,
for the one is a success.
is a success.
Oh, you
All right.
only had to have 5s?
Yeah, difficult. No,
Oh, yeah.
difficulty 4s.
Yeah,
Oh my god, yeah, you kicked it.
Difficulty targets current willpower, and he's mortal. So, this is why dominate is usually really, really useful
And while I'm
against
at it, I'll
mortals.
make him forget.
Okay, that's a separate roll,
I know it's
and
a
that
separate
so
roll.
that'll be wits plus subterfuge, also difficulty 4.
I am searching the upper levels of the castle for this mysterious, malevolent force.
You do not find it.
I have 2.
2 successes. Okay, what 2 things about the conversation, your approach, whatever, do you want him to not remember? What 2 aspects do you want to change, I should say, is actually 2 aspects about his memory that do you want to change?
That he gave us clothes
Okay.
and that I was here.
Okay, so those are the 2 aspects you want to change.
Those are the 2 aspects that I want him to forget.
To forget, just erase them entirely.
Yeah.
Cool. Fine. So you were never here, and I don't know where your clothes are, sir.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Excellent.
Done.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dominate's fun, isn't it? I've actually never played a character with Dominate. All right, so he's gotten you some raiment.
Okay.
Very fine raiment.
Excellent. Oh, now I'm a fancy lord.
All right. All right, so meanwhile, Ilona,
Yes.
you're going to go down these stairs that you found?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I am indeed.
All right, give me a. Well, there is a torch that is not lit just inside the door.
Light it with a torch that
Okay.
is lit.
Okay. I need you to give me a courage roll
Okay.
at difficulty 3.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
My god.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fire bad.
Fire bad.
Treat pretty.
So yeah.
I choose you, dice. Come on.
So yeah.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3, and you need to get
No ones.
Okay. No. First of all, it's an extended roll, so you can roll multiple times.
Oh, okay.
You need to get a total of 5 successes.
Oh.
And if you get a roll without
Don't
any
I have-
successes, then
I
it's
thought I
or
had
if you
something
botch or
where I
something.
have.
If you botch, you
dark
erase
sight
all your
anyway.
previous successes. If you get no successes on a particular roll, as long as it's not the first one,
Right.
Don't you have?
you get you get an additional number of rolls equal to the
Oh,
number
no,
of
it does
successes you've
not
so
allow
far
you to see
accumulated.
Perfect darkness.
She
So-
basically gets 5 rolls.
Right.
Unless she screws up at some point.
Right, exactly.
What about if I put these eyes I have in a pouch in my belt?
The beast, you can feel the heat. It's the beast that you're trying to
But I
subdue.
can see in darkness with these eyes.
Do you have Protean 2? Or I'm sorry, Protean 1?
No, I have eyeballs in the pouch
Actually, you
on
do have
my
Protean 1
belt.
because you have Protean 2. So you
No,
actually have
that's
Protean.
Auspex.
Actually,
Oh yeah,
no,
Protean.
you also
yeah,
have actually in
totally.
that case you do not need the torch if you
Okay.
do not want it because I
I
forgot
don't
you
want
had
the
Protean.
torch. I was going to say I know I have something that I can see in
Sorry,
darkness.
yeah, you can see in the
Okay,
dark.
cool.
So this is unnecessary.
Cool.
I'm
That's
sorry,
what it was.
I had
Protean
forgotten
1,
that.
right?
Protean 1,
Okay.
your eyes glow.
Because I always use the claws, so I'm like,
Right.
wait, there's a thing.
Yes, Protean
Okay,
1,
cool.
you can see in the total darkness, your eyes glow red.
Excellent, because now I'm afraid to roll dice. I'm going to be role
So
playing.
for
a lot.
this, this
No,
will be
I'll roll
ROLE
dice.
instead of
Yeah.
ROLL
Right?
playing. All right, fine.
We can do
so yeah,
it.
you can see in the dark. It's fine. And you descend the stairs. And because you can see in the dark, I'm not even going to make you roll to descend the dark stairs.
Excellent.
Because you can see. And as you are descending, the smell is getting worse. Like you can't quite smell it up
Okay.
at the top, but you get about what you feel is about halfway down, like one rotation, or one circle down,
Okay.
and you start to smell it. And then the deeper you go, the more it smells like gangrene,
Okay.
And other fun toys.
rotting flesh,
I
like
know those
decomp.
smells. Smells
So-
like grandma's cookies. Not really.
never want to eat.
Grandma will probably be Zimisi in this case.
Yeah,
Well, yes, but
probably.
never want to eat those cookies.
No, but I know those smells. Basically.
And then at the bottom of the stairs, there is a set of iron bars that go
Okay.
from floor to ceiling and across the sort of foyer space landing. And there is a gate in this, and a lock to said gate.
Do I see anything beyond the bars?
Not immediately, but you can hear. Sounds like very low groans.
Faustus. Is that you, Faustus? Groan once for yes. And twice for no.
See, I'm just sitting here going, I know how she could get through those bars.
Oh, I do too. What if I don't have to? Well, I
Plastic
will,
man.
but I don't want to make the effort if I don't have to.
Plenty in tailor roll. Pull a plastic man.
Too much.
All right. So yeah, it sounds like the sound's coming from just around the corner.
So I'm at the bottom. There's a long
Well, it's not that
set
long.
of bars. But you
the
said
width
around
of
the corner.
width of
I'm trying to get.
Okay, so you at the end of the stairs.
Yep.
There's a space about 6 feet wide,
Gotcha.
and about from the end of the staircase, about maybe 6 feet, there is bars that go across that 6 foot wide space. The ceiling is also kind of low. It's about you're basically now standing in a 6 foot cube. With one side of it being the staircase and the opposite side being iron bars with a gate,
Okay.
a locked gate.
My understanding too is the protean claws could just slash right through that lock.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
You can rend iron.
I
not
shall
too
do
bad,
that
actually.
rather than squish my bones at this point.
Okay. So just give me a. I'm not going to require an attack roll, but just sort of the
Sure.
damage roll.
Okay.
So it'll be essentially a straight strength,
Okay.
unless you have potence, in which case.
I do not.
Okay.
No.
So it's strength plus 1.
What's my strength specialty? Sculpted muscles. So
No,
Okay.
does not apply.
strength plus 1.
Strength plus 1 die. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And ones subtract, but you can't botch.
Okay.
Can't botch a damage roll.
Oh, that. See?
Boom.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm serious, though.
1, 2, 3.
I clawed
4.
the shit out of that
Oh
gate.
yeah, no, it's.
I'm
you
so
just-
sorry.
You just
I didn't
like
make you a
crunch.
perfect. Yeah. Yeah. It's like 10, 9, 8, 8. Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. So
No, I'm
first
glad,
yeah,
though.
it's
Thank you, Dice.
The lock,
Okay.
it melts in your hand like butter, essentially.
Okay.
It's like, so, and you can enter now. You
I
can
will
swing the thing
enter.
open. It opens rather creakily.
I'm going to go towards where I heard the groaning.
Okay, and you see, I want to choose my words carefully because
Yeah. Because it's
I
fascinating.
can't necessarily be euphemistic about this because any euphemism could theoretically, or any idiom could be taken literally in certain circumstances. There is something of a puddle of a man with arms held in chains. So from about here up, like mid rib cage up, it looks like a man.
Okay.
Right? Looks vaguely familiar. Man. You haven't seen him in a couple of years.
Faustus?
From
Okay.
rib cage down, however, which is about where where it's like resting on the ground, I use the word puddle intentionally.
Is he in like blood form or is it because he's.
No, I mean, like, imagine you've taken a a person, and they've sort of, like Margaret Hamilton, melted into just from the feet up to about mid-rib cage into this puddle. But the puddle is not liquid anymore. It's solid in the sense that it's like the wax. The candle has reformed.
Do I know though what would cause that? Is it her vicissitude?
That's a whole lot of vicissitude.
That's
going
what I thought.
on.
Okay, it's not because he hasn't fed or blah blah blah. It's like vicissitude.
No,
like she's just annihilating.
There's definitely. Okay. I mean, it looks like there's approximately enough mass there for a full person. It's just from here down, it's not person shaped anymore. It's like a melted candle that's cooled.
Faustus. It's Salona.
The eyes barely open.
You need to feed. I will offer. I'm going to slash my wrist, offer him my blood. I mean, he needs to feed. I don't think she's been feeding him, so it's not.
No one's doubting your altruism here.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, I'll get a rat or two.
All right. So you.
Yeah.
All right.
This is true.
Give me a. Okay, here we go.
He's like the Jell-O pudding.
Yeah. No, he is. Did somebody just say that?
Jell-O.
That's awesome.
All right.
Oh my God, what was that Cosby thing that was like?
Okay, so here's the fun part.
Okay.
His dice pool.
Yeah.
Minus dice penalties.
Oh,
nope, he fails.
He can't feed?
No, he can't resist frenzy.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
You essentially, if your dice pool is reduced to 0 dice, you can get 1 die to roll. A 10 is a success.
Okay.
Wait, somebody gave me way too
Nothing else is.
Right. Four.
And that's what he got.
I think you gave me 20, which is Stu only gets 20, or you guys get.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, I don't. I shouldn't have that many. I should only have this.
So
20.
I just handed them to you so you could count them.
Oh, gotcha. Put those back in.
Wow.
Okay, so
but your vicissitude rolls.
I know.
If only there were numbers on those.
I know.
Because you're throwing those better than you are the dice.
3-pointer. Yeah, exactly.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but skull. All right. So now I need you to give me a strength roll.
Okay. Okay.
Assuming you want to pull your hand away from an overeager, starving vampire.
And so my sculpted muscles doesn't work for like being extra oob.
You would have to do that ahead of time.
Okay, well I'm going to do that. Oh, it's no meaning.
Okay, he has
specialty.
he also has no hands. He's latched onto you with his face.
Okay.
Yeah, all he's holding onto you with is his
I'm
fangs.
just trying to player-wise find out what the hell that's good for. Then.
Oh.
I thought it would make me
when you are
apply to being extra strong.
When you are rearranging musculature via vicissitude, to give either to essentially reapportion dots, physical traits.
So it's a bad strength specialty, so I should reword that because it's a strength specialty.
It's not a great because you wouldn't be using strength for that kind of a thing anyway.
No,
so,
that's why. Yeah. I mean, I thought wording it that way would help me be extra strong. So I will reword that next game. Okay, I'm good.
All right, so give me a strength roll.
Okay. What's my target?
6.
Okay. I got a 1 and 2 10s.
And
so
2 10s?
Yeah, so I got a 1
Okay,
success,
well, he failed.
My stupid specialty doesn't work.
He was allowed to roll 1 die, and he was allowed to roll 1 die, and a 10 had to be a success. He had to get a 10 as a success, and he got a 9.
Okay.
So you are able to pull your hand away after you give him as much blood as you want to give him.
What do I need to give him? Because I'll do my best to feed before I have to go somewhere. To make him, I mean, he'll still be weak because I don't want to give him the whole, like, the whole bank. But like,
how much?
I feel like I need to give him more than 3. To make him be able to, like, once I try to reconstruct him.
You want to start summoning rats now? Then.
Yeah, no, I will.
Yeah,
I don't
each
think I
rat
can
is a
summon.
quarter blood point, so that's a lot of rats.
Yeah. A quarter blood
A
point.
quarter blood point per rat. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe there's other people down here.
So yeah, he's going to need a lot of blood to recover, and something that you remember is that you're fairly sure that the prince is closer to Cain than Faustus. And something you know about how vicissitude works, because you're kind of an expert in it, is that if the sculptor is closer to Cain than the target can't heal the changes made by vicissitude.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to undo.
You could undo it, but he can't spend blood to heal it.
I forgot to ask you, is he seneschal as well?
No, he's Ventru.
He is Ventru. Okay.
Oh, that's right. That came up during the last session.
Yeah,
You weren't here. Yeah,
and I
he's
forgot to
Ventru.
ask. Okay. But he couldn't spend blood to heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might be able to reshape him. It would take a lot of time, a lot of work to get to that point, but it's possible.
You'd learn a lot. It would be a fascinating project.
I know. I am interested.
It would be difficult.
Okay. You could sneak him back to your lab.
Yeah, scrape up his puddle.
When I say it takes time, it would take time. I mean, we're talking probably weeks to get him back to actually human looking.
If he looks like set wax, then it's not as hard to scrape up as liquid wax.
Oh, that's right, because he's not a puddle. He's like a dried puddle.
He's
It's like looks like his bones have been removed.
Or they might be in there somewhere.
Oops.
Hard to say.
This drop. Okay.
Headphones by the mic. That's not good.
Yeah, not good. Okay.
So
great.
yeah, I mean, we're to restore him is probably weeks of work.
Oh, okay.
To get him to talk, well, you just have to figure out how his mouth is.
Okay.
His mouth seems to be working because he was.
Well,
able to
I
feed
figured
off
he
of
just
you.
needed blood.
And
So you
Yeah.
gave him 3.
I'll give him 3 to start.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
He does
Try to
seem
just
to
get it
be.
in the head, in the skull.
His eyes flutter open. He's like, and you see that glazed over look in the eyes, like, oh, he's in frenzy.
Oh, smack him, slap him.
All right.
Stop.
Sure.
He fails.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't get much in the way of let's see here. He'll spend some to heal a little bit. That means, hey, he gets.
See, on the plus side,
He gets some dice back.
you don't have to make
Oh,
any
cool.
degeneration checks over the stuff that she found or the stuff that she's doing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't know
that was a decent roll.
They're looking out for us.
Okay, so he seems to come out. He seems to return to his own senses.
Faustus, it is Alona. Why has the prince done this to you?
I tried. I was bad.
You were bad.
I was disloyal. I am being punished.
You tried to make peace
Huh?
with the Salt Queen. Why did you do this without Raskovina's knowledge?
Look at multiple pages here. Yeah. We needed help. We needed strength. But I shouldn't have defied her.
Why do
I
we
was
need
bad.
strength? For what? She has ruled for 250 years.
We were threatened.
The Mongol horde, they have left. By whom are we threatened?
They've left?
They have left. Is this why you appealed? What's her name? G something.
Gutka?
To Gutka? To help us with the Mongols?
Yes. And he's sort of looks down. His eyes go wide as he's looking down at his own puddle self. And his arms are up like this and he's hanging. She's kept me down here.
She has.
So I don't know how long.
For 2 years, correct? 4 years? Long time.
A while. It's hard to say how long.
For years. She told us you were dead. If she truly,
Maybe I should be.
if she felt that you were traitorous, why would she not have told her kingdom? Why would she not tell her subjects? Why keep you in the dark and torture and punish you and not set an example?
I don't know. She comes down to talk to me sometimes. Makes me feed from her. It's the only sustenance I get. But no, I've been bad. I defied her. No.
Tell me why you did this.
She didn't need help. She didn't think she needed. I was wrong.
You believe you were wrong.
I must be wrong. She said I'm wrong.
For a moment, think with your own mind. Why was it those years ago that you reached out to the Salt Queen to forget their differences and come to our defense? Was it for power for yourself, or was it because our prince was not capable?
I didn't think we'd survive. But if you say they've gone, then the prince must have been right. We have survived. The city still stands, yes?
It does.
Then she was right, and I am wrong. And I should be punished.
What does she say to you when she speaks with you?
I don't remember. I know she comes down here, but I don't remember.
Try harder.
She comes down. She calls me friend. And I feed from her. And I can remember the sound of her voice continuing. But I can't remember the words. I don't know.
I will take you with me. You have paid your dues. You have paid your punishment. She did not wish to kill you. This is obvious, or you would be dead.
Perhaps I should be dead.
Perhaps.
Where are my legs?
They are on the floor in the puddle. We can
Great bedside man.
we can fix this.
They are now leg juice.
Yeah. Over time.
Paths are great.
But perhaps you can be even greater without those legs. But with other legs, you can be better, stronger, faster. 6 million. Yeah.
It will only take 6 million.
Yeah.
6 million
Ducats.
denarii.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shekels.
I will fix you, and I perhaps can convince the prince that you have paid your punishment.
If she finds out you helped me out, that you freed me, I don't even want to think about what
Spider
she will
Faustus.
do to you.
Spider Faustus.
she's gonna
Spider Faustus.
She's gonna make a driter.
She,
Runs up and down the walls of the hostess.
we shall see. Maj, we shall see. Perhaps you meant no harm. Perhaps you meant
I wanted
more
to
good.
save us.
Precisely. And her pride, I understand this, but she could not see it. However, now she reaches out to others, including the Tremere, for help.
She must have her reasons.
Why
I'm
not?
sure the prince knows what she's doing. She has her.
She certainly should.
Do you have keys?
We do not need keys. I have already taken care of them. Do you, Faustus, also...
Oh, by the way, did you spend the blood for the claws?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
Oops, that one totally missed.
Rim shot.
Yeah.
Shot goes wide.
I'll say that you still have the claws. They're-
Okay.
Unless you intentionally
Yeah, because I have to get
retracted them.
his...
If you,
yeah,
unless you
chains.
intentionally
Yep.
retracted them, I'll
Yeah.
say you don't have to spend
Okay,
it for
excellent.
more. Yeah.
Do you know why, Faustus, she and Auguste have fallen out? He has returned, but he has been gone for many years.
The prince's child has returned?
He has.
Ha-
As an emissary of
Rustovich?
Rustovich.
That's why she exiled him.
For his alliance?
He espoused Rustovich believes that the Shimisi can be united in a common cause under and wants to use Khaldun like Auguste to do this. But the prince does not agree. The prince does not believe in Kapala.
And she feels threatened. I know Mary's making a face across the table. So explain.
Mary's got some player.
Yeah, no, but explain this, because I would probably know this too. And I'm like, I know that word, but I can't remember.
Actually, I'm going to suggest, given what is going on, that would be worth an occult check to see if you're curious.
Yes,
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Wits, intelligence, occult.
Intelligence plus occult.
Okay.
It's because you are Shimisi, it will be difficulty 7.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would say 7. Like
Yeah.
for Runa, it would be like a 9.
Oh yeah,
Hey, she studied with 1.
right.
Yeah.
For the others, it would be difficulty 12.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm debating whether I should use willpower just so that I have.
You can use a willpower for an automatic success, and you will not botch.
Okay. Well, and then
Even
I
if-
still roll, and you can get additional successes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might as well. And I can regain willpower.
By sleeping for a day.
Yeah.
Or by
or by fulfilling your nature, or if I
was gonna
happen
say,
to think
'cause-
you did a
yep.
really cool thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Willpower
do
is
that.
an economy system within the game,
Yeah.
and it should be awarded, spent,
Cool.
things like that. So.
Yeah, I just remembered from Requiem that it's like if you
It's different
play
in-
to your
yeah.
your nature and your demeanor.
Yeah,
and blah,
right.
blah, blah.
It's a little bit
Okay.
more Requiem, but
So,
so difficulty
I'm sorry, what was
7.
the target?
Difficulty 7.
Okay, so I got
I see 2
three
successes.
successes then?
3?
Well,
'Cause
because
the willpower.
willpower.
Oh, willpower, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and no ones.
3
so,
successes.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Boom.
All right,
Yay.
so the Shimisi have a connection to the mountains, the Carpathian Mountains, because supposedly the entity that resides within the mountains, the spirit of the land,
Oh, okay.
that is essentially understood to be and referred to as Kupala. I know I'm going to get some of this on in the chat room and on the forums. Yes, there's more to that. But
That was pretty good for 3 successes.
yeah, for 3 success, I mean, yeah, and
But
not
she-
and you're not a Kuldoon, so for 3 success, yeah.
Yeah, but she is a Shimisi who does not believe in Kapala.
Well,
He said.
does not align herself with Kupala is probably a better
Okay.
way of putting it.
By the way, he's a Ventru.
Yes,
Generation next.
you have there.
Not as good as the prince. Who knows?
You believe
But the
that he
prince
is
has been around for more than 250 years, was in torpor before 250 years.
right, but age and generation are not necessarily linked.
True. This is true.
So, I mean, it's more likely that if you've been around for 1,000 years that you're more likely to be really low generation. It's unlikely that you're going to run into a 1,000-year-old 10th gen.
Yeah.
How
So
would that even work?
a whole lot of irresponsible embracing.
Possibly a
Okay.
curse.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah.
But
However, it is possible to run into a 5-year-old 4th gen
Can I tell
Yeah,
if I...
That would make more sense.
or 5th gen. Is
If
more
I-
likely than
my
4th.
point being, if there were no lower generation vampires or higher generation vampires at
Right.
that point,
Right.
how? Never mind.
Yeah. No. It'd be really weird.
The time it's a time thing.
Yeah, a 10th generation 1,000 years ago would have been viewed as a thin blood.
Yeah, and would have probably been destroyed. So yeah,
And the person who made them might have also
because
gotten a
generation
lot of
doesn't
side
change
eye.
with years.
Right. I know.
So
I mean, it
So I
changes
can't
with
tell,
snacks.
like, reading...
reading aura, no, you
Yeah.
can't tell generation from reading aura.
Okay. But I wouldn't have known about him from... If I made a politics roll or a...
The only way.
Oh,
you-
actually, yes. Because he's
Academics
Ventru.
or- okay.
Because he's Ventru, I will allow you to make an int plus politics roll.
Okay.
Because he's Ventru, and Ventru are very specific about knowing their whole lineage, and yes, I will allow you to do this.
Introductory dick waving.
Introductory dick waving, because I am child of blank, child of blank, child of blank, and I can just count
tempted.
those.
It's worth it. Might as well
I know.
do it. It's near the end of the
Willpower.
night. Do it.
Boom. I'm going to willpower.
Yeah, sure.
So I got one. And I need what for?
We're going to say because it's essentially a memory roll.
I have eidetic memory. But
You have eidetic memory, then
Yeah.
it'll be difficulty 5, actually.
okay. I figured it out with this scholarly thing. Oh, awesome. It just fell out of my hand. Literally. You spent
your
it's a
willpower.
1.
You spent the
but I
willpower.
That's
just
well, but you
yeah.
cannot botch.
5 and I get a 1.
So you have one success.
One success.
because I got the willpower.
I like how you aimed the
Jeez.
dice at the one to see.
I know.
Knock it over.
Let's just
Well, that does-
pretend. See, there you are.
Okay, so
3
we're at one success.
But yeah, I do have a success.
We're
yeah.
at one success. Okay. Like I said, you know that he's farther
Yeah.
from Cain than the prince.
Who I don't
and
necessarily.
if you don't necessarily know, as far as how much farther from Cain the prince is. Oh, actually, I will put it this way: you based on the last time, what you remember from his litany of his lineage, you believe that you are actually closer to Cain than he is.
Okay.
We'll put it that way.
Interesting.
In terms of raw numbers, I'm not going to tell you, but
Okay.
yeah, you believe that you are closer to Cain than he is.
Was he her seneschal for a while?
A little while, not
Okay.
a long time.
Okay.
Ventrue and Toreador both make really good seneschals because they tend to be organizy.
Okay.
And you also know that he's German, so he's
So he's super organized.
Right, exactly.
So I'm going to take him down. And then...
Wait, which kind of down?
Well, off the wall. Off the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to try to scrape up his puddle.
I'm not even going to make you roll for the damage to break the chains. You can break the chains. It's not that problem. They're nominally there, really. I mean, he can't break them, but it's kind of like keeping an elephant tied up with a piece of string.
Okay.
It's more psychological than physical.
Is that thread right under the nose?
No, you keep a okay. It was a horrible treatment that they did. Yeah.
Moving on. We don't need animal cruelty.
I can scrape up his candle wax.
I mean, you can basically pick him up. He's not like stuck to the earth or anything.
No, but I want.
You can reshape it into a cylinder, so it's easier to.
I don't need the goo. He will be better. I will get him other legs.
So you're going to separate 60% of his body mass?
Well, you said it's just a puddle on the floor. What's connecting it? Like a piece of spinal column?
I mean...
You could probably easily shape it into a cylinder or shape that you want to carry.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily need it.
If you try... Oh, we'll say this. If you try to pick him up, you can.
Yeah.
It's... Best way to describe... I mean, again, from here up, he's pretty standard.
Yes.
Right? Pretty
yeah,
standard
from
human.
like rib cage up.
Right, from rib cage up. Or,
Okay.
you know, in terms of internal organs, he probably has... His stomach is still intact.
Okay.
Stomach and heart. That would be
stomach and heart. That's really much all that you need, right? But the rest is wet noodle.
Okay. But he still has his heart and his head. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
there
separating him
does
from...
feel like there's some bones floating around in there, or not floating, but they're in there. They're not free floating. There's some sort of connective tissue and such, but it's...
Yeah, I just think it would be faster to give him prosthetic, like, new legs.
Realize this is the 14th century.
See what I
No, I know, but I'm a shimmy.
What my concern is how much ag you're going to do to him by cutting his body in half with your vicissitude is what I'm thinking.
No, but the way that it was described, it sounds like half is a hard puddle on the floor. So it doesn't seem to me like the damage has already been done. Like there might be a little more damage separating him from his scab, basically.
Wait, I think I know what the question needs to be.
Okay.
I'm going to assume she's tried it because that seems to be her groove. Mm-hmm. Grafting body parts on from other things. How effective is that?
Well, you're unliving, so you don't really have to worry about rejection.
Mm-hmm. But do they take correctly?
Well, I mean, essentially what you're trying to do is turn a vampire into a schlachta. Where you're grafting other parts from other Vosht is the extreme version of that.
Right.
Yes.
So we have done this.
Yes, it's really hard to do. But
you're probably trying to attach living things onto vampire body.
Or
other vampire bodies.
Or you kill it and then you attach it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that it's possible. It's it will take time. It will you're going to have to get the raw material.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you could graft his upper torso onto the neck of a horse if you want to make a centaur, but
there's an idea.
My little vampire.
I know.
But it's possible. Just a matter of how much blood and time and effort you're willing to put into it.
Does this sound like a fun project?
Are you off? accidentally?
Don't think so.
No.
Well, I was
Okay.
off, but not accidentally.
Oh, okay. Fair.
I haven't had any need to
I don't know.
speak.
I'm just
Sure.
seeing. I'm just trying to think of what the benefit to even scraping up the goo if I can get him better stuff. But I will go ahead and take the goo.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take all the bits.
All right. I mean, it's all one thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you described it as a puddle.
Yes.
Okay, I'm thinking
It's
it's
more like a
He
pancake.
said hard wax.
more like bag,
Yeah.
like flesh bag.
Yeah, flesh bag. Yeah.
I'm kind of picturing what you get if you let a candle melt and then you'll pick up the candle and it's just weird shapes.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like when you pour
But-
pancake syrup or not
it's-
syrup, pancake batter, and then it cooks and it's a congealed thing. And
Okay.
it's an entity unto itself. Yeah. But flesh bag is probably a better way of putting it.
Okay.
But it's portable.
Cool.
Huh?
It's portable for
It's
her.
portable.
Okay.
Yeah.
She can reshape it into a handle.
I
Turn it upside down.
I port him.
Okay.
I make him into a backpack.
Backpack.
He's a little talking backpack
All right.
of like.
If you're actually going to sculpt him, you need to spend the blood to do so. I only say that because you've been spending quite a bit of blood.
Oh, I know. But he's got a. Can he hang on to me like a backpack? Like, can he put his arms around my
can
neck?
try, yeah.
I mean, because that's where I'm pretty much going
He's
to
got
try to carry him.
he definitely has limited strength,
Okay.
but
Do
yeah,
you want
I mean,
to have him hold on around your neck?
Oh, with truth. And I don't know if I have a sack. I mean, I didn't write down a million different little, like I was playing D&D and I probably should have. Where I'm
yeah,
like,
not-
I have
I'm
a
not-
bag and I have a
can say-
waterproof
I will say
bag.
this: that you can carry him between him holding onto you and you holding onto him.
Okay.
You can carry him up the stairs. Not.
And I would like to
we'll
have
pass over that.
hand sprays sort of thing.
He
Get
probably
him over his
doesn't
shoulder.
weigh
Okay,
much.
cool.
I mean, body mass is what, 80% water?
Right?
70.
Yeah.
Right, and he's only
Okay.
got so much blood in him.
Right. He's pretty desiccated.
Do I know where the prince's hurt
Oh,
is?
he's like a
He looks
the
very
castle out.
corpse-like. Definitely.
shriveled, dried up.
I'm sorry,
head.
what?
Do I know where the prince's hurt is in the castle? In the palace?
How many insults
Some
can she
of
pile
them.
on this?
You're not sure where all of her herd is, but
Okay.
you know where some of them are. She has referred to like her larder
Okay.
before. I think it was either Maximilian or Gare that she may take. Oh, it was you. That's right. Allowed to take a one withdrawal from her larder, but
Yes.
which you haven't capitalized on yet. But
Gardnerovich.
I will just, let's just say on our way out, if there are just some regular peeps, servants that aren't necessarily Gould, I'm looking to feed my new +1.
are you looking to leave these servants alive?
No.
Okay.
Hey, he escaped.
Okay.
There was a presence in the palace.
Give me a.
I'm searching so hard.
I know.
Upstairs, away from this.
Okay, so.
I have plans.
All right.
Plans.
We'll come back to that.
Yes,
All
please
right.
do.
So, Maximilian and Gregare, you've outfitted Gregare / August II.
Oh yeah, dude.
You've outfitted August II, and are you two going together? Or are you? No, you are not going together. Okay, so you're just going to go out.
Yeah.
All right.
On a horse.
Okay. As he rides out, what are you doing?
Well, there's what I was going to do,
Okay.
which was go down and find Alona, but that's okay.
Feel free.
No, that's fine. Although I might encounter Alona as she's coming back up,
You probably will.
in which case,
We'll get to that. In which case, oh my. So,
I've seen her at work before.
yes.
Recently.
Yes.
Um,
I'm just it's more a matter of not what she's doing, but what she's carrying.
Right? No, I
Yeah.
understand. I
All right.
understand.
So Gregare, you ride out to the encampment.
I'm looking for the fanciest looking tent.
The fanciest looking tent, sort of a campaign tent type thing.
Yes.
Okay. It's easily identifiable
Okay.
because it's got like trim around it.
I'm assuming there's guards posted or something.
Yeah, there are a couple of guards standing
Okay. I will.
outside. They are wearing chainmail.
Slightly slow down as I approach them.
Okay.
Probably at a trot.
Okay. So okay. They sort of straighten up as you approach.
Okay, I'm going right past them.
Well, right past them means going into the tent. They're standing at.
Oh,
the
I thought we were talking about around the camp.
Oh,
Pickets
no,
around the
there's not really guards posted around the camp. There's
Okay.
people milling about the camp, but there's no like bar of entry.
Okay.
So there's a campaign tent, and there are a couple of men standing there with, we'll say spears.
Okay. Then I'm gonna. How large of an encampment is this?
I mean, it's only about maybe a dozen tents.
Okay.
So I'm kind of picturing in my mind about the same size as military encampment at Fair,
Okay.
down by Horse Tourney,
Right.
that area.
So I want to kind of enter the area, and I want to kind of go around the perimeter,
Okay.
like I'm inspecting.
Okay. As people see you, they sort of straighten up.
Right.
That was a shitty roll.
And then I'll stop in front of the big tent.
Okay.
Get off my horse.
All right. The two standing there with spears, again, they straighten up.
I won't even acknowledge them. I'll just walk right in.
Okay. All right.
I have no idea what I'm
I know
doing.
this is gonna be awesome.
There is a what looks like a knight in that he's wearing armor. Could be not, but he is wearing armor. Looking at a map on a table. Now, I want to make it clear that this is not like what we think of as maps nowadays. This is like there's a couple of lines indicating rivers and a couple of points indicating there are forests here, and like there's a dot that is Krakow.
It is drawn to concept, not to accuracy.
Yes, absolutely. There is definitely no scale to this. It's just sort of like if you go from here to here, along the way you will encounter river, forest, river, and then eventually you'll get to the city.
Right.
Stinky Cow is a billboard that says hell is real.
Yeah.
Did anybody have any help with players they needed to push back in?
What do you
Because
mean?
I don't know if I collected any from if they were used.
I put back in the one that
Because we just got four.
We just
helper
got
players.
four helpful players. Okay.
So
I have
I'm-
more dice.
Who am I saying thank you
I
to?
do have more dice.
Who am I thanking?
Jackercon.
JackerCon. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
There's more.
Thank you, JackerCon.
fabulous.
There's
Cool. Thank you guys.
based on what I saw watching Moat, I got a lot of dice for help a player.
I bought,
No, that was
I bought
smart.
20 and it wasn't enough.
I bought
Well, and you're
36.
doing ones.
No, I
You
brought
had
30.
twos.
I did pairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing ones instead of pairs, and I got 30.
Oh, should be good.
So
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
So he looks up. That was better. And as he looks up, he sort of, sir, I was not expecting you so soon.
All right.
Charisma plus performance.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Ooh.
You have 0 dots in performance.
I have 0. So that's difficulty +1.
Difficulty +1, and the difficulty is already going to be 7, so it's now going to be 8.
There's my charisma.
You have helper players.
You have helper players, and you have willpower.
I have willpower,
so.
too. I have both.
I will myself to be more... To do this better.
I will myself to speak like a local. Which is how I feel when I'm trying to do accents some nights. So
I am a lord. I am a lord. I am a lord.
I'm a fancy lord. I'm going to spend a willpower.
Okay.
And use a help a player.
Okay.
Yay.
So it's difficulty 8.
I can't botch now because I have.
You cannot botch.
Right.
That is true.
No.
You cannot botch.
No.
Boom.
Whoa!
Plus 1.
3 dice.
4 successes on 3 dice.
Oh my god.
Well sir.
Well done, sir. Way to game
right.
the system. Yeah, there we go.
Way to
4
carry
successes.
out
All right, so
Things are going a bit more complicated than I expect. Things are going a bit more complicated than I expected. I'll go back in tomorrow night.
he's sort of...
As best I can.
Yeah, I know, right?
4 successes, but yeah.
Yeah, no, and so, I mean, are you trying to affect a different, a more local
I'm
accent?
trying to sound like Fancy Pants.
as you would.
All right.
Runa doesn't know any of this.
He's being Mr. Fancy Kilt.
He's being
Fancy kill.
Mr. Fancy Pants. Yes, exactly.
Gregarious now.
Fancy breaks.
Shakespeare.
Not Mr. Solemn and austere pants. Okay. Is Razkowina being even more stubborn than you expected?
About the same.
But you have not given up.
Oh, no.
Because Lord Rustovich, of course, would
Of course.
not be pleased.
You needn't remind me of my duty.
Thank you.
Of course not. Of course not. Well, I was just comparing our maps of the region and updating them based on what we encountered on the way here. They're woefully out of date, and things have changed.
They look accurate from what I know of the region.
I mean, yeah, for some degree of accurate.
Hey, they found that farmer's hut.
Right.
Yeah.
The cow in the field.
Is the rabbit farm on it? Not that I'm there. But.
Follow this road down to the brown cow, and then you turn left.
You're not far off. Now you need to turn left at the old tree that's not there anymore, but that's where the old tree was. Of course, that old tree got struck down by lightning about 5 months ago, but but that's where it was.
It's all on the ground now and all riddled with termites and.
Where's our friend?
Sorry.
I'm trying to put him under as much pressure.
Yeah, I was going to say,
dare him to ask me who I'm talking about.
You had told me we weren't supposed to talk about that, but he.
Has he returned?
No.
Oh, has he returned?
No, he has not.
Very well. I'll turn around and get back on the horse and run back out.
He's just.
And I'm gonna ride out a little bit until they can't see me anymore.
Yep.
And I'm gonna ride, and I'm gonna go search the tree line and see if I can find them.
All right. Give me a perception plus survival, Because that's what a tracking roll is. So sort of looking around. And
Survival. I got a dot in survival and perception.
You should have at least one dot in that. Do
I have 3.
All right.
you want to spend a willpower?
It's only going to be difficulty 4. So.
Oh, difficulty 4. 2 successes.
Oh, because of the 1?
Yeah. This is difficulty 4, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 successes. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything within the tree line and any further
Tracks or
encampment.
anything.
No. Nothing that you can see.
What time? How long is it until dawn at this point?
It's probably getting kind of close.
I'm going to search until the sky starts to lighten.
Okay.
It was a triple botch. I mean, that's legit.
And then I'm gonna once I and then I'm gonna try to make it for my
All right.
for my.
Okay.
And you
All
can
right,
dirt
so
nap, so.
We'll
That's how I'm gonna figure out I can dirt nap.
all right. We'll come back to you now. You were actually. I want to real quickly with you
And the goose.
in Auguste. Yes, exactly. Auguste seems to be very. It doesn't seem to be talking much, but he does seem to way up in the upper levels, and he's fairly sure that the prince is nowhere around. Has my sire been acting different of late?
I don't know, has she? I mean, I've known her for, so.
More paranoid?
Player is asking, I don't know, has she? I've known her for like 50 years, so I mean,
Right. Yeah.
the war left scars on all of us. If hers are worse than they should be, you know me, I get restless, I travel.
Right. It's just that this request that she sent out to have people come in seemed very odd. And I'm not... It seemed like... I mean, it's not like her to ask for help.
I'm not sure if she's asking for help so much as she's asking people to knock it off, at least in her mind. She's reached out to the people who are likely to war in the area with this as a central point.
That was on the surface what I thought.
But I have not been privy to the discussions.
So she didn't consult with the local Canaanites. I mean, not that she ever would, but this came as a surprise to you as well?
To me, certainly, but you know me, I'm not here for the court life.
True. You have only ever sought knowledge.
It's when she had a just cause, I was content to help her fight it. If that is leaving, then perhaps I should find out where you are so I can continue to study.
Well, she is right that I have been under the wing of Lord Rustovich and under his tutelage as well. And I have met with a great many of our clan over the years, exploring more and more of not just the power within the land, but also the power within ourselves and the connection that we all have to each other, to the land, to the mountains, to the spirits within. But this...
It does not sit well with me that she would make peace with those who stole the gift. They're thieves, they should be destroyed.
There we agree, as does Rustovich.
I can understand her wanting to redirect them.
We have also heard rumors that the thieves, the usurpers, have made inroads with the Ventru. That they have approached Hardestadt for an alliance. And this is something that disturbs us, worries us.
I have not heard anything concrete.
We have our rumors, spies, messages, but
the courts I have visited were not led by Ventru.
you have a new Ventru keeper. And if I remember him, he is descended of Hardestadt.
I don't hold it against him.
No, but do you know where he stands with regards to Hardestadt's views or with regards to the usurpers?
I do not think he trusts the one in the city. And I have never heard him speak fondly of his sire. Proudly, perhaps, but not fondly.
Lord Rustovich wishes for all of our clan to be united. And this includes Ruscowina. But she has always been opposed to his influences.
She has reason to not want to need to answer to someone.
And that is the way of most of our clan. She carries the same pride that is endemic amongst us.
But it is not clear. She invites her enemies into the city. And some of them are her enemies or representatives of them.
That is what is weird.
And I don't understand what she can offer them other than the chance to plot against her in her own city. And that does not seem wise to me.
Nor to me.
Some of her guests are quite interesting. They are people I would not have met on my own. Some of them, I regret that we offered them safe passage home, at least so far as we control the land.
I have been sent to broker on behalf of Lord Rustovich. But I also have... Do you know any of the Nosferatu in the city?
I know of 2 Nosferatu who are in the city. I believe they are both from the Salt Queen.
Can you arrange a meeting, a chance encounter between me and one of them? It must not appear as if I sought it out.
There are a great many who come and go in certain establishments down in the city, as that is where the easy feeding is.
Of course.
Feeding is still allowed.
Yes.
The wood and ferret remains popular, as always. It survived, or at least the sign did.
So you would suggest that I might visit there?
I think you will have need to visit if you stay in the city more than a few nights. I hope to meet with some of the other emissaries because I find them personally interesting.
Good.
Something slightly less subtle could also pass. It is, of course, sometimes hard to see the Nosferatu.
If they do not wish to be seen, they usually only become. They usually only are seen when they want to be seen. That is true.
But even if you cannot see them, they can receive messages.
It's true. You've always had a knack for that.
It is not hard to ask a rat to find someone they know.
If you know which rat to talk to.
I believe most of the rats in the city are aware of, not Susanna, what's the other name?
Babakova?
Babakova. I believe most of the rats in the city are aware of Babakova.
Okay. Like I said, it must not appear as if I have sought out such a meeting.
I am likely to want to speak with her. We spoke before. It was interesting. I cannot say which date I will be free to
Fair enough.
reach her, but remind me, do you speak with the animals much, or do you focus on the spirits?
I do not speak with the animals much. I commune with the spirits of the land when I can, but...
But you do not understand the animals.
I can, I just don't usually. I am not as well versed with animals as you are.
Not that good with them.
They seem to like you.
There is that. Well, if I ask...
Except the bugs. Never quite understood that.
I haven't either, but I appreciate it. It's much better for my books that way.
Fair enough.
A bit difficult on my garden, but better for my books. You are better at perceiving things than I. Do you have any sense of what it was that was there?
I'm not sure, and I'm hesitant to say.
My first thought was one who was hiding, but...
I agree that it was one who was invisible, but I'm not sure about hiding.
There have been warnings of something from down below. But that could simply be a warning that perhaps we should get along with others.
Who knows?
It is... warnings always make more sense after you know what the threat is.
This is true. Prophecies, too. You continue your search. Maximilian.
Yep.
You said that you were going to eventually find Ilona?
Yep.
Hey, guess what? You do eventually find Ilona, and she's got a sack of person over her shoulder.
A sack of peat.
A dude bag.
Not a douchebag.
It
A dude
has a corpse-like and desiccated face that you recognize.
Right.
And the eyes are open
Okay.
and seem to be more than just glass.
I've found Faustus.
Clearly.
Indeed.
The question at hand, though, is whether we're going to keep this to ourselves or whether we're going to make this public. And we need to decide that right now.
No, we are taking him to my manor. We are take him to the lab.
Then this has been decided.
We will let Runa and Greger know we have found him.
Sure.
He is still a bit confused. He has obviously paid for his errors, but there is still some confusion about his motivations, as well as the motivations and the motives of our prince.
Right. We should investigate further into that particular aspect of this. And
He needs time, Sir Max, and the blood, and they believe you know where we can get blood.
Oh yes, that can be arranged.
Something that you know because you are well versed in dominate,
Right.
is that you can sort of peer in, because of the forgetful mind, you can sort of peer into a person's memories and attempt to see what's been adjusted.
Right, which is what I was about thinking.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was about to do.
I jumped. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
And all you need is eye contact.
Right, and I'm going to establish eye contact and
Okay, easily enough done.
drill into his brain.
Okay, you're going to laugh. No, I mean like you, Jib, are going to laugh. So go ahead.
What are you reading?
Okay.
So this would be a use of forgetful mind to do this.
Right, so this is
Sort of
manipulation
pure
dominate?
Is that the third dominate 3?
It's dominate 3, and the roll is wits plus subterfuge. Target's current willpower.
That's what I'm laughing over.
Astronomical.
Right?
I'm going to use a help a player.
Difficulty 2.
Oh my god. The men
Only because difficulty can't be 1.
Okay. Nah. I know, I may
It's
regret this.
kind of
Yeah,
a
sorry.
meta decision, but yeah.
Oh, good
I
idea.
have 5 successes on 5 dice.
Well, yeah, I would hope with a
'Cause
difficulty of
2.
2.
Right,
Again, difficulty can't be 1.
right. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go prowling.
All right. Oh yeah, his memories are like Swiss cheese.
Okay.
I mean, there's more holes there than memory.
The question I have is, can I put them back? You described it as holes. Is it more like there are places that are blocked off,
Or
or
can he play Jenga and go,
because if they're blocked off, okay, that would imply that maybe I could unblock them. If they are just gone, they're just holes. There's nothing to put back.
They're holes.
She's had several years to.
And again, because of your age and your understanding of this discipline, someone who has used dominate on a target who is closer to Kane than you, it's going to be almost impossible for you to put
Reconstruct.
back to reconstruct what.
His very existence does what I really want it to do. The fact that he exists is all I really need.
Then yeah.
can he tell that he's had dominate used against him?
Yes, I can.
In the sense that he's peering into his memories and there are holes in his memories.
Yeah.
Because dominate is not an in-clan for us. It's
Right.
just a point of interest.
Right. Okay.
That is a good point.
Yeah, it's a very good point. You have suffered great hurts, cousin. We will. I am.
Give me an int plus probably politics roll.
Okay. Difficulty?
Because you knew him, because you are of the same clan, I will make it difficulty standard 6.
Okay. This time I am going to use a help player. Just.
Okay. Yeah.
It betrayed you.
Motherfucker!
Oh, help a player was 1. No, but what's the difficulty?
6.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, they both canceled.
There are 3 ones there and only 1 success.
No, that's a 7, isn't it?
No.
That's a
Oh, it's a
1.
1.
I do feel like he should get to
Okay.
reroll the help a player because that was rude.
It was.
Wouldn't make
Not the way it works.
Wouldn't
Not the way it
matter.
works.
Might turn it into a fail instead of a botch.
Just return your. Yeah.
I feel like we owe somebody a refund.
I get beers back. Okay. In this particular instance, it just means I'm not going to give you any information about what I was thinking about giving you.
Okay. I'm sure that Ilona will be able to put you back together.
I will say that because you know he's Ventru, you know of the Ventru feeding things.
Right.
You just don't remember what his is.
Sure, that's fine. But the problem right now is we need to get him out of here.
Yes, that is true.
So I need a way to get him into the chapter house for. Well, okay, we need to get him out of here.
Go to the manor.
Right, but we can't go out through the front door.
Go to the stables
So,
and
yeah, like we can't get out a back door. Like they're dungeons. There's a way to get out.
That was
there.
my intent.
Okay.
Was to go out through the back door, possibly through the chapter house if that's because it's connected,
No,
or through the underneath the cathedral. If
you
that's,
said that you know where the herd is kept. I have asked you. We both need blood. Unless you can provide this more easily.
although I'm not really opposed to taking from the prince at this point, I am opposed to tipping our hand at this point.
You were offered. Were you not?
I was offered one.
One is perhaps all we need. How many blood is in it?
In a person, 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you drain them dry, it's 10.
All good. She has offered. Is this not true?
It is true. However,
Sir Max, they need blood.
I know. What we're going to do though is we're going to go to the chapter house.
Okay.
And I'm going to give her one of mine.
Give her one of yours. Okay.
Oh, one of your chattel? One
Yeah.
of your herd?
One of your herd.
Wow, okay.
Wow, yeah.
And my reasoning for this is I don't want to tip our hand with the prince. I don't want anything to clue the prince into that there's something going on.
Fair.
Because never mind.
Because do we encounter no one else as we're...
I want you to both give me wits plus stealth rolls.
Plus stealth. I don't think I have stealth. Yeah. So,
You're too fabulous to have stuff.
I know, right?
Do you have
And these will
intimidation?
be difficulty. It'll be standard because it'll be contested. Essentially.
Okay. I don't actually have stealth.
And that's
So
a
it'll be
6?
that makes it difficulty 7.
Okay.
So wits alone.
Yeah, at difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
I got 0. Because I got
Bam!
the damn 1 again. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
You're awesome.
1098.
1098.
I'm reading that right.
Totally off my game tonight.
Small straight.
Yeah.
But I am prepared for if we encounter anyone, because anyone we encounter is probably going to be a human guard, right?
The highest probability is that, yes.
Yeah, like
High or low?
like TV dinner.
Low.
Okay. In fact, you do run into a castle servant.
Oh, good. Good. Because
It is not a guard
that's fine.
in the sense that
Human.
maid, in fact.
Okay. I'm going to approach yon maid,
Okay.
and when I get close enough to her,
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab her and throw her at Alona.
Okay, I'm checking one
Take
thing here. I'm checking one thing here.
How kind of you. I did not need your help.
Okay.
No, I know you don't, but you got your hands full. Unless I'm carrying.
No, I specifically said I have him hands free. But that's okay.
You have at least one
Otherwise,
hand
I'm
free.
out.
I'm out. It's all. It's up
Okay.
to her.
No, I'm
No,
like,
I-
otherwise, go ahead.
I
I'm
want-
trying to help.
Yeah, no. I want to check one thing here. If you're because you said you're doing that, I just want to check one thing, and that is, I have to go back through here unless you have it more readily at hand. The hierarchy of sins for your path.
Hold on.
I'm trying to find it. Here it is. I found it.
So glad I'm not there. On the other hand, she's not a good follower of Odin. I probably have no problem with doing anything to her.
This probably what is your current path rating?
My road
Yes, road rating. Sorry,
3.
3.
Ouch. No, it's conviction plus. Well, it should be self-control.
No, it. Well, I have yours as like 7, so
Yeah.
I don't know because it should be your conviction plus self control
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
as your default.
Okay, then that would be 7.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say your default should have been at that. All right.
If you're at a 3, that's scary.
So yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense, and probably means that you're. I mean, the only one that might apply here is giving power to a peer, but you're not really giving power to her. You're giving, well, a target. So I'm gonna.
Actually, no. She's got her hands free. I don't need to do anything.
Okay.
She's got this. I'm just along for the ride.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna do some dominate shit. That's
Yeah, follow us. We'll eat you later.
yeah.
But apparently that. Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
There's
You know
a
what?
maid.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna dominate her and let her make her follow us,
Okay.
and so she can be an easy snack for Ilona later.
Okay.
that work?
That can be done with command, which is manipulation plus intimidation. Unless you want to make it more specific, but
No, that's fine.
because follow is a single word command. So
Oh, totes.
Manipulate plus leadership.
manipulation plus intimidation.
Oh, intimidation.
Unless you want it to be the more detailed.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
Difficulty 3.
Oh, actually.
It's not as good as I would like.
No, but all these are successes.
Yeah, but
So you got 4.
no, I got 2 because I got 2 1s.
Difficulty 3.
Yeah, there were only 2 cancels, right? That's what I read.
Oh, you said difficulty 3.
3.
Yeah.
Yes. So a
That's why I
3
said
or higher is
everything
better.
on this
Or a
side,
3
so
or
yeah.
higher is a success.
Yeah,
Okay.
so those
then
canceled.
I
and
got 3.
3 successes. Okay. Yeah. She'll follow you anywhere.
Excellent.
Blow in her ear. She'll follow you anywhere.
Oh my.
All right. So yeah. With that, you can get out into the chapter house, and all 4 of you.
We don't need to go to the chapter house now, though, right? Because we were going there because you're hurt.
Well, back door.
Just a
Oh,
back
okay.
door, whatever.
Gotcha.
A back
A
door.
back door, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Done. You can get out.
See Ilona safely out of the city with her charge in tow
Okay.
and her.
You put like a cape or a cloak or something over.
Tell
so
them-
Yeah.
It's
tell
not
the
as
maid.
obvious what-
Tell the maid she needs to go and serve Ilona,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go back.
Okay. You're pretty much finishing up your
Yeah.
investigation of the upper levels. You would see Maximilian returning from somewhere.
Okay. I was planning to go out to the farm.
Okay.
For the day, and I believe from what I'm hearing about timeline, I need to get my butt moving.
Yeah, you at this point you hear the bells chiming.
6?
Yeah, essentially 6 a.m. So you realize you have probably about an hour and a half till dawn.
Then I will. We've finished searching. I will,
And you would also hear those bells, by the way.
give my excuses. I'm sure he'd understand.
I should probably also return to my camp.
Vernon knows nothing about that.
This is true.
If you have time to speak on scholarly matters during your visit, I would enjoy the opportunity.
Perhaps we will have a chance to speak at the Wood and Ferret.
I would certainly enjoy meeting with you to do so.
All right. And yeah, he's leaving. He acknowledges you, Maximilian, with sort of a tip, and the two of you are essentially right at that castle gate. That's where you re-encounter one another.
You know, there is one other thing I'll do before I actually leave.
Okay.
When I'm down in the city on some whatever random street, I would like to summon a rat.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you wanted to have any kind of interaction, the two of you.
Didn't find anything in the upper levels.
Must have gotten away.
The thought that Auguste had is that perhaps it was not a vampire. Sorry, it was not a Cainite hiding, but something else entirely.
I never could see it clearly. I just had a very distinct impression of its presence.
Same. I could not see anything. I could only feel it. Which is part of why his theory was that it was a different creature entirely.
Very possible. But with so many aliens in the city, it becomes difficult to know who one can trust.
Both of you give me a perception plus alertness roll right now.
Perception. Difficulty?
6 minus aspects.
Oh.
One success.
That was 2.
Nothing? Okay. At that particular moment, you happen to sort of glance up, and you see silhouetted against the stars, sort of vaguely man-shaped,
Very
with large
vaguely
wings.
gargoyle-shaped?
Vaguely gargoyle-shaped, blotting silhouette, blotting out the stars as it soars overhead. You notice this. You obviously don't, but do you bring it to his attention?
Is the gargoyle going towards the inn where the Tremere is staying?
Seems to be headed in that general direction.
Then I won't say anything.
Okay.
If it was going the wrong way, then I'd make a comment. I'm heading out to my farm for the day. I'll plan on coming into the Wooden Ferret once I'm sure I have no business out there at sunset.
I'm sure there will be a great deal going on later.
I do think I need to give the farm a little bit of attention before I can come in, though.
All right. I want to paint some broad strokes for... Oh, okay. You wanted to summon the rat.
Yeah, like once he's gone,
Okay.
and I've gone, and I'm going to make sure that at this point that I'm under a covering in case anything else flies overhead. I will summon a rat.
Okay.
I don't think
All you want is one. Go ahead.
And I will ask it to find...
Because we're almost done, I think.
ask it to find Babakova.
Okay.
And let her know that she might want to run into Auguste.
Okay.
It will be phrased in that way.
Okay. All right. I want to, like you said, we are getting close to the end, so I want to kind of paint with some broad strokes here. You all bed down for the day, wherever it is you bed down for the day. Do you want to be taking that dirt nap? You said you were...
I'm basically going to search until then time gets away from me and go, oh shit, and then as soon as I start to feel the burn.
Okay.
They spend a blood to do that, don't you?
You spend a blood to earth meld, yes. You can't take your horse with you.
Right. Well, he won't burn up.
No, he won't. Yeah, we'll hand wave a little bit here. So yeah, you spend the blood. Okay. The day passes. Maximilian, you are not troubled by daymare, by any kind of nightmare this day.
Okay.
So you actually do get a point of willpower back, as do you and you and you.
Okay.
Over the course of the day.
Awesome.
Okay.
And you yawn, stretch, wake up the next morning, spend the blood to do so. And again, I want to paint this with broad strokes.
Mm-hmm.
For roughly the first 3 hours, we'll say, after sunset, after you wake up. What do you envision that your character is doing?
For me,
We'll start with you.
well, for sure, it's going to be feed off the servant up to what I need, which is about 7.
Well, that'll kill her.
Well, I'm going to feed everything, but I'm going to try to do it in a way where I can top off with her
Okay.
and feed dude 3 more bloods.
From you.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like feed 2, give him 1, feed 2, give him 1, feed 2, and then kill her.
Okay.
So,
All right.
You're going to kill her before you get to the end of that process.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I could
Okay,
feed him 3
that's fine.
right off the top.
That's
and
fine.
Then, yeah.
So you gain, essentially you gain 10, but lose based on that 5. Because if you're taking 2 and feeding 1.
Well, no, I was trying to. You said 10, that she would have 10.
Yes.
And I need 7.
Okay.
So somehow it's like 1, 1,
So
1,
she's
1.
taking 10
Yeah.
and giving him 3 of
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not giving
Cool.
him more than I have to give at this point.
All right. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. So
And then I need to
he
find
gets 3
out,
back, right?
But from me,
Mm-hmm.
so now he's into me for 6.
Oh, twice. He's drunk from you twice.
He's drunk
Yeah.
from you twice.
Yeah.
Who knows how much blood he's gotten in him?
Yeah.
Because he might be trying to heal or something.
True. And I need to find out from Vladislav what he accomplished.
Right.
And then I would start to kind of set up the whole lab thing for
Okay.
seneschal.
Maximilian.
Upon rising, I think my first course of action is going to be to go see the prince.
Okay.
We can detail that later.
Okay. Do you have any other like evening ablutions or anything? Or is that? But it's our very first thing is you go and see the prince.
Very first thing is I guess.
Very first thing. Okay. All right.
I will get up and go back to my hovel.
Okay.
And change into regular clothes.
Earth kind of explodes around you
Right.
as you come back up, and
You've really ruined some of Augustus's clothes.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm sure that won't have any repercussions whatsoever. And you go back to your hovel.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna pour water in a basin or something and see if I can figure out how to undo this. Because
Okay, so the way that you can will the blood to try to fix your face, and you fix it at the same rate as aggravated damage.
oh, so 5 blood.
It'd be 5 blood to fix that.
Okay.
And the only reason you can is because you are closer to Cain than the person who sculpted you.
Okay.
Or at least as close, I should say.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
If you were lower generation than him, then he wouldn't be able to do this.
I will make that effort.
Okay. And it just, it takes time, but you
Probably doesn't feel good.
No, I did.
well, I mean, it's essentially healing. So,
Right.
Healing doesn't always feel good.
No, that's true. Yeah. Bones knitting.
And muscles popping back across.
That's true, yeah.
Right.
Like fixing a dislocated. Yeah,
Right,
not
exactly.
awesome.
Runa will do her farm stuff, check on things, make sure everything's running fine. Give a lesson to the girls. Bunnies? Bunnies for nomming?
I mean, yeah, you can get... Depends on how many bunnies you want to risk.
And Well, she did not feed.
You basically get 1 blood per bunny, or per 2 bunnies, I think, is
Yeah.
what we were worked out.
And she didn't need to feed on the bunnies yesterday because she fed in town.
Right.
I'm only 2 down.
Okay.
But there's that feeling that shit is on the horizon, so
Right.
it's better to be full.
Yeah, fair.
So, yeah, so if I can get 2 bloods
Yeah.
without damaging.
Because your herd is the bunnies. if I
Yeah,
remember
and I've
correctly.
got 2 dots in it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
no,
should
you're,
be-
yeah.
So as long as I'm not actually, like, damaging the population.
Not too bad. Not irreparably.
Okay. Because,
Okay.
I mean, that's the point, is you breed them and...
Right, okay, and that brings us pretty much to, we'll talk, you said you wanted to meet with the prince. So, we'll probably, we will either address that offline, or we will take care of it very first thing next session, if that's amenable to you.
Fine.
Okay.
No problem.
So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in, watching, listening, however it is that you are appreciating this. Hopefully you are appreciating it.
Thank you, people!
However it is that you consume us.
Right.
Yeah.
In a vampire game, using the term consume,
And yeah.
Totally on purpose.
I know it was. It's just, a little anthropophagic. Tomorrow night should be Tales from the Loop, I think, because that's usually what follows us. Interpol X. Interpol X. My apologies. So it'll be on the schedule.
And then they pirate.
And then
Pirates!
Wednesday, hopefully we get to be pirates again.
Worst,
I'm
worst
really looking forward
pirates
to
ever.
On Wednesday, we are pirate.
We are worst pirates. I love it.
We're land pirates. Like land sharks.
And thank you to those of you who tuned in, who came to the show last night. I saw a couple of you there. It was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun last night. So, we will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
On Easter Sunday, April Fool's Day.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
For the exciting conclusion to Hallowed Plains. Hopefully.
I'm not sure.
We're really hoping that you'll be there.
Conclusion.
I don't know for certain.
What will happen?
Right, exactly.
What
I know
go
what
wrong?
could go wrong.
Why problem
We
make
could
when
roll
you know
12
problem
dice
have?
and get more ones than sixes. Yeah, you never know.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.